Hello, welcome or welcome back. I'm your most illustrative host, Michael DiNicola. If you're new to the stream, I draw on Procreate right before your very eyes. You can see my hand right here, and you're watching the time lapse of my most recently uploaded YouTube short, my TikTok, and my Instagram reel. Oh, and I even started uploading to Pinterest as well. Oh, gotta get rid of that echo. I hate the sound of my own voice. No, I'm kidding. I tolerate it. I'd like to start off the stream by thanking each and every one of my Patreon members. First and foremost, thank you. You guys are awesome. And YouTube subscribers, YouTube members, Twitch followers, Twitch subscribers, my Discord folks, and everybody few and far between that join me daily on social media. You guys are incredible, and thank you guys for cheering me on and being as awesome as you are. Now, if you have any art questions that you think I might be able to answer for you, or at the very least bat an idea off of, I am here for your pleasure or displeasure, depending on the day. I've caught myself most recently using lots of autumnal colors while I work, and I think it's because, again, here in the northeast of the Northeast American coast, it's hot as balls, man. It's crazy. It's another 100-something degree day. I think it's like 95, but then they're like, the real feel is like 101. It's horrible. Oh geez, the bell's ringing. God, wow, awful timing. All right, I'll be right back. Jeez. Hey, what's up, pretty door? All right, I'm back. I don't know who that was, but I wish I had I wish I had an apartment intercom in this room, so I wouldn't have to walk all the way to the lobby to get stuff done. Maddie Cakes, what's up, baby?
Oh, I didn't see you in the sunlight again, huh?
It's me. I'm like a vampire. I'm like a daywalker.
Yeah, that's okay.
Seeing me in the sun is weird.
You're the new Blade, but you're rated R.
Yes. Could you imagine if they're like, we have a new Blade and he's white? Like Ryan Gosling is Blade.
Well, the funny thing is it's like that would be, people would riot.
Yeah, people lose their shit.
But then you have people who like are, you know, for instance, like the boys are diehards, who are like, you know what, I'm not a big fan of A-Train being a black dude and this and the Deep being this, and it's like, well, you're a racist.
Wait, is the A-Train a white dude in the comic?
Yeah. Black Noir is a white dude too. He's actually a clone of Homelander.
Right, I know that much. I know that I knew that part, but I didn't know the other thing. You know, I guess, you know, it really depends on it depends on who you're talking to. Because if it's your first outing, right? Which I never read the boys' graphic novel, so I did not know any of that stuff besides the noir stuff, because I read that in like a thread somewhere on a Twitter, I think. But like here, Sandman, for example, they switched the character of Death's her race, I guess, and people were pissed. People were like, Death is supposed to be this goth girl, yada yada yada, and people were actually getting on Neil Gaiman's getting up his ass about the change. And he was basically like, dude, this is my series. They consulted me on this. I was in on the castings. She embodies the character that I created. She's the perfect fit for the character. So go fuck yourself. That's basically what he said.
Well, I didn't fully understand that one, because on that one, from face value, it's just people pissy that a young white girl is now a young black girl.
Yeah, no, like the thing about it is like, how intrinsic is the character's race? And it's like, it's really not, because we're talking about an anthropomorphized version of a like an existential aspect. Like, this is like, it's not like, you know, it's like the like yeah,
I agree. I will say, in a thing like The Boys,
yeah,
with the way that thing is written,
yeah,
I'd imagine that the original creator probably wasn't happy about that.
Interesting.
Because it's a really, if you look at it how it's written from a point of view of like, who is the person writing it, He paints an interesting character because there's a lot of like homophobia and shit in that book too, in the books too.
I knew that. I knew they used the F word.
F?
The the F word, the not fuck for gay folk.
Yeah, a lot. It's
a lot.
Like,
They're like throwing
basically like it's like the punchline and everything.
Because I knew when Jensen Ackles was portraying Soldier Boy, and he kept calling other men who were, in his eyes weaker, the modern man, when he kept calling them pussies, I feel like everybody who knew from the era that he was frozen in the 80s, 40 years ago, we all knew what word he was really using, but there was no way Amazon was going to let that fly, because he kept calling men on TV, look at this pussy. But you're like, there's no, because he was talking about Cosby. He's like, oh, Cos, he really missed a stiff
hell of a drink.
Right. Yeah. It's like, there's no way that dude from that era who's drinking drinks with Cosby wasn't calling people the F word for gay people.
Well, see, the only reason I don't know about that, and more than likely because I haven't read the whole thing, so the Soldier Boy shit I haven't gotten 100% into it.
Right.
But I will say his character in the comic did help create Herogasm, and the way he was portrayed in that was kind of like he'll fuck anything.
Oh, interesting.
Now, I will say the boys themselves, like Butcher and them, in their group talk and how they talk to each other, it's everywhere in their conversation.
Interesting. Praetor says, I wish I had a person to open doors for me. Wait, what? What? Strike Boy says,
in reference to
Happy Tuesday, Strike Boy. Black Noir being a white guy is actually funny in a way, and probably the point. Interesting that they changed that. I thought Black Noir they gave him that name because he was a black guy.
No, yeah, in the original, he's actually the clone of Homelander, who basically is responsible for a lot of the nasty shit that Homelander is blamed for. Oh. Even though Homelander does his own nasty shit too. Like a lot of the most egregious killings that Homelander they say is responsible for was actually Black Noir.
Oh, that's a nice twist. Oh well, interesting. I heard Ryan, the character of Ryan, isn't in the comics either.
No, they developed him for the show.
Interesting.
Who's
my
Ryan?
Understanding. The son, Homelander's son.
Nikki, you're watching The Boys? The Boys.
Bro, I completely forgot about that fucking kid. Yeah.
Because he's a little shit. That's why.
Yeah, he's a little.
He's annoying.
I'm anti-Ryan. Fuck Ryan.
Anti-Ryan.
You killed your mom, you little dipshit.
Oh, he did melt her face right off, Nikki. That's why Nikki isn't having kids. Same reason. She just
She's gonna kill him like she's afraid they'll be superheroes.
Yeah, she's gonna melt her pussy right off.
Oh my god.
What happens if he's got laser vision? I can't take that risk.
I can't take talking like this before noon.
Yeah. They can't. No compound V for this baby.
Oh boy.
Preacher says,
take it?
Would I take it? Well,
Yeah.
Well, I think if they give it to you as an adult, I think it's a high likelihood of you just dying. So no, I don't think I would. No, I don't think I would risk.
What if you did take it, like V, and you ended up getting just a stupid superpower, and you were just pissed off?
Well, some of them got the worst
scenario, right?
Yeah, some of them got real crappos.
Wouldn't worst case scenario be like, yeah, I took V, and you know what I can do? And it's like, what? I can control microwaves with my mind. Not microwaves on the Earth, microwave ovens.
Right. Yeah, no, I basically have, I could do the same thing a TV remote can do.
But, I think I would be one of those people where if it's like, hey, man, like, especially, like, the thing about Compound V, in essence, it's a really awesome product because it does give the power to be like, oh, you're going to die of cancer? We'll take this and you won't.
Oh, sure.
Like, the idea behind it's neat, which, in realistic medicine, it would be a lifesaver, but then you'd also have assholes who could fly who were, on their deathbed 2 weeks ago. That's not going to be mentally strong.
I would totally try Compound V. Strike Boy says, hi, Nikki and Mikey are the best. Happy Tuesday, my lovelies.
Boy.
Strike Boy loves him some Nikki. Oh, man. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? I guess it's afternoon now, but it just got done being the morning.
I'm so fucking tired. I'm watching the trilogies of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I am not going to bed till like midnight because I keep pushing through because I keep wanting to watch it.
Are you watching them to get prep for the Amazon Lord of the Rings Rings of Power? series?
Yeah, because I want it to be something that Joe and I can watch together because
Aw.
he's really into the lore. He like knows everything about this, and he's like, "You've seen these before," and I'm like, "6 years ago. It doesn't count. I have to redo it. Let's go."
They're
Is
8
he-
hours long each. How am I supposed to
They're
remember that?
So
Is he
They're so
pissed
long.
about the Rings of Power?
I haven't heard anything him being negative about it. He hasn't said anything. Is
Okay.
there a reason why he should be? Should I-
Well, I mean, there's
This-
a bunch of reasons why loyalists are not happy so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, there's a small contingent of
Loyalists?
hardcore.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
Well, loyalists to the
Because,
Lord
like,
of the,
Peter Jackson's
you know.
not part of it.
yeah.
Well, and the books, I think, too. They have a problem with shit they've changed from there, too.
Yeah, there's a group of hardcore fans that are
I see.
displeased with how Amazon has been handling the franchise, and what they've seen so far in trailers. But I'm still of the mindset where, let's see how bad it is. I'm
Joe never really judges until he sees it. Because if it ends up being a really good show, then it's a good fucking show, and he'll enjoy it and watch it again.
I mean, there are a few exceptions to that where you watch a trailer and the trailer itself is just so horrifically bad. There's no way that they're able to, there's no way that the final product is going to be any better than the trailer. But I haven't seen anything from my eyes, from my non-hardcore fandom eyes, I don't see anything so egregious that it's put me off entirely. Matt, where's your head at?
There's a lot of info on these fucking.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it to see what's up with it. My big concern is less of like, like you're not staying true to the original content. It's more or less of like, the original Lord of the Rings were a combination of groundbreaking, CG at the time and real life locations. Part of me feels like this entire series is just a green screen.
I mean, that might be the case. I hope it isn't, though. God
Which I have
damn.
a little bit of a concern, because if that's the case, that's going to pull it out. I mean, even if the CG is amazing and at what, 15 million an episode, it should be. But that concerns me. And then, I mean, honestly, anytime this stuff comes out and you have, you literally have a panel of people that only focus about how now Lord of the Rings is more diverse than it's ever been. I don't have anything against diversity, but I always go into those weary of like, what is the intrinsic agenda that we're trying to get across?
I think
if it doesn't have one and it's a good show, I mean, just watch it and enjoy it. I don't know.
I think when it comes to that stuff, it's nonsense. It's not.
I will say this: if it's got an episode about abortions in it, I'll fucking burn my house down.
What's your favorite?
I'll be like, really? The elves need to worry about this?
Abortion.
Wait, how do you say this guy's name? Praetor?
Praetor. What's Praetor saying?
Praetor. So it's like, rate the Hobbit movies. I love the first one. The second one was just okay. The third one was pretty terrible, too long. Should have combined the second two movies.
Yeah, there should have been two movies.
Well, Hobbit should have been one movie, wouldn't it?
I liked the first one a lot. Now, the last movie, we were watching it, the extended edition. Joe has a whole set. They're fucking new DVDs. He's never watched it. He just collected. He brought it.
He cracked them open.
Yeah, he cracked them open. He has them on Blu-ray, but this was a set on Amazon he got that like comes with like Bilbo's like journal that he wrote, so it's all fancy. And
imagine Bilbo's journal's got like dirty pictures in it.
Just dicks everywhere.
He's like it's like Gandalf bent over with like a butt plug and
it's super
chilling
cool.
I was
Shire. Looking at it this morning while like looking at my
imagine there's like some racy stuff in there. Like he's got like teenage Pippin, like drawn nude and stuff.
I almost had sex with so and so today.
So the one moment, and I was really fucking mad. The DVD skipped, and it froze a little bit, and it went from when. And Joe's eyes were bulging because he takes care, and he's like, I didn't even fucking touch this, and I'm waiting for it to see what happened, and it stops. It freezes right when oh my god, why am I skipping on his name? Oh my god, Thorin's cousins, like when the dwarves are like about to attack these orcs alone, and then it skips and you see the elves jump over them, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And Joe looked at me and I was like, what the fuck just happened? So it skipped the biggest climax part of the movie, and I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to enjoy that like rush of watching the elves run on top of the dwarves and assist with the war, and I was very upset.
John brings up a good point. Why are you watching DVDs in 2022?
Because it's the we're not buying it on stream. He has it on the DVDs when he brought it. So why am I wasting my money if Joe spend it here?
They're not streaming anymore?
Yeah.
We're not going to spend the money if he already purchased it on DVD.
Well, no, I'm talking like on a streaming
free.
service.
Yeah.
I'm not saying going to buy them.
It's not like on HBO Max?
No.
Like I'm surprised they're not on HBO Max.
The extended editions are not on there.
Oh, the extended editions. Gotcha.
Also,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have every single one of them on Vudu as well, all in 4K.
No, we have Blu-ray.
She's talking about Blu-ray. Okay. She was just saying DVDs.
Yeah, it was all Blu-ray.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's just it. So that happened, and he gets up and he like goes downstairs, and I was like, uh-oh. And he brings up his Blu-rays, guys. Okay, he brings up the ones that didn't come with this like fancy set, and he goes, what? And he was so pissed, and I was like, you're pissed? I wanted to see that in action. I wanted to be like, because we have the surround sound, like, you know what I mean? Like, we were set. So we're keeping an eye out, but I do know the extended edition for I think maybe 2 of Lord of the Rings is on HBO Max, so I think I'll just stick with that just in case.
If you want to, once again, they're in Vudu and 4K, all of the fucking 5-hour extendeds.
I gotta send you a video of this thing, you guys, to see what this like whole case looks like, because it's pretty dope. It looks like a library, but these books, but they hold the DVDs for the movies, special features, and then like something else that they made specifically for each movie. It's wild.
Keith, what do you mean by your mom isn't able to buy Blu-rays?
Did you just call him beef?
No,
Beef?
No, Keith.
No, dude, I like beef better, dude.
Beef is his new nickname. Sorry,
yeah,
KJ.
Dude. Yeah, yeah, BJB.
I didn't even say
name,
it,
dude.
but it is what it
is. Hi, KJ.
Beef jerky beef. 4, 5,
hey,
7.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You can go to Goodwill and get Blu-rays for $1. Hell, you can borrow them from the library. Everybody's got access to Blu-rays nowadays.
I heard beef too. Dude.
I didn't say beef, but I'll accept it. I'm
Okay.
not gonna protest. Sorry, KJ.
Sorry, beef.
My bad.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't read the second Hobbit movie because I can hardly remember what happened because I disliked them so much. Do you remember the sexy elf on dwarf love? It was a sexy Evangeline Lilly, who Hollywood hates because she leans conservative.
Yeah, was she was in the Ant-Man vs. Wasp, right? Is that her?
Yeah, she was in the Ant-Man vs. Lost. Ant-Man vs. Lost. She was in Ant-Man vs. Wasp, also in Lost, and she had a radical vaccine take in regards to how human beings should have autonomy over their bodies.
How dare she?
And people fucking flew off the handle. They're like, she's this anti-vax fucking conspiracy. Like, people start going crazy. Like,
yeah, she needs to really adjust her opinion to fall in with everybody else, though. I think that's unacceptable.
How dare?
How dare you have an independent thought about your own body?
Yeah, jeez. See, the best ones are the people that are, pro-vaccination choice. You know what? I'm not going to open that can of worms.
Well, let's just say that I have every single one of them, so I'm a superhero now.
Oh yeah, you
we
caught
got
them
the
all.
compound V.
Yeah. You caught them all.
I can swim in COVID and monkeypox and not catch a thing.
Ew.
Like, if there's just a pool full of COVID and monkeypox, if I jump in, because I've had, I'll tell you right now, 15 different doses because I lied on my paperwork, I'm fine.
John Amore, how goes the drawing, buddy? John Amore was working on some urban animal stuff. He was showing me some sketches.
John, are you coming in VC to linger? What did you say?
To lurk.
Lurk.
Thank you. Not linger.
Linger. To fucking loiter.
Do you guys want to hear some frustration on my side?
Sure.
So, I'm honestly thinking about restructuring the Nerditude Movie Podcast completely at this point. Because I'm tired of being the only one to do things, and then last minute my co-hosts just let me know they're not doing the episode.
Oh, Jesus.
I took a week off, or I took the 1 week off, and it was planned 4 months in advance. The only other week I took off was my wife's birthday, and once again, everybody knew in advance. but it's okay to text me this morning and be like, yeah, I'm not coming back from Michigan until Sunday.
Ouch.
So I'm honestly very pissed, and I'm thinking about just doing a solo thing, and anybody who is on it is a guest panelist.
Your call.
I think
how much prep did you? How much prep did you put into this?
Thinking about this idea of restructuring?
Yeah.
Angrily thinking about it this morning.
Okay, fair.
Because this morning I got the text message and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
John says, what's your viewership? Matt?
Well, I mean, that's the other thing, in all honesty. Like, the live episodes, you know, about 10 or so viewers and everything, but they don't really do shit on YouTube. So I've had issues with this sort of thing in the past, and I've gotten angry and then let it go. But, you know, I'm kind of tired of being at other people's beck and will, especially when there's not enough respect given to just be like, hey, you know, by the way, I'm not going to be on the show, you know, and not to be a dick, but I do everything for the show. Like, all you do is show up on a fucking Zoom call. The minimum you could do is give me the respect to let me know ahead of time what's up.
What is ahead of time to you? Because
ahead of time?
Ahead of time is not honestly, day of, right?
Well, no, definitely
Tuesday,
not day of.
And you have the show on Friday. So what is, in your mind, what is ahead of time mean?
I'd like to know a week ahead. I mean, if we're here supposed to be planning movies to review, we shouldn't be waiting until Tuesday to tell me that we're not going to be reviewing movies or we're not going to be doing this. I think a week. And the other thing is, I wasn't even told. It was in a text between a couple of us, and it's like, yeah, I'm now staying until Sunday. And it wasn't even like, hey, I can't do an episode. That's all I was told. So I text him, and I'm like, yo, that means, like, are you trying to remote in and we do an episode, or are you just like, and I haven't heard back.
Hey,
and it's like, okay.
What do you guys think in the chat? What's the
I guess it's enough time.
I guess it depends
depending on who else is doing it. If it was like Thursday, I'd be fucking pissed.
I mean, I guess my thing is I do all the work, so it should really be if I say give me a week.
But that's like your stream, like that's your stream.
Yeah, this is my money. So when you tell me that, like, the business I'm trying to grow, and you shortchange me and say, yeah, and you don't even say you're not doing the episode, all it is fucking, I'm not going to be back in town till Sunday, it looks like. And then you avoid being open and just saying, by the way, like, I shouldn't have to deduce from what you're saying that you're not, I should be told. Like, literally, I do everything.
Well, I think, I think it's important to, in a situation like this, I think maybe what you should do is once your co-hosts are back, to sit down and have a real talk about where everyone is, because it seems to me like the biggest discrepancy here isn't necessarily like, oh, they're bailing and they're not really telling you. It's that you were taking this deadly serious, right? This is like you're working towards your goals. Like,
yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, this like you are all in on this, and it seems to me like they aren't, and that's where the friction is coming. Because if they were, then they would have been like, oh my god, okay, well if the podcast that you guys are doing together was on their highest list, their, the most paramount thing on their list, as far as like what they're making, they would have been that communicative with you. They would have said, oh, listen, you may have even like filmed something beforehand to release in lieu of that, knowing that he was going to be away. So at least that's how I understand it. How it goes.
It's just frustrating, because to me it's disrespectful, because we've been through this before, and Lewis, he's got a kid, he's got shit going on. I'm not going to go at him necessarily, even though his lack of commitment is frustrating.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they just
it, like, specifically, you got Alex, the man with two brains, who, despite all my efforts to try to do more and more and bring it in and get closer, it seems like, despite the fact that we've been doing this for over a year and whatnot, the commitment is still, to me, it feels like they feel it's very much like, well, if I tell you I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And that's what it is. And it's like, I get that. That's your free will. Like, do what you're going to do, but you're fucking with my shit. And it's at the point where, like, why am I still entertaining people that A, won't commit, and B, have no problem with disrespecting what I value and fucking with it.
I think you gotta.
Where I am right now.
I think you gotta sit. Yeah, man. I think you need to have a conversation with these two. Tell them, one, how you're feeling about this, why you're feeling about this, and where they are. And if they truly want to stay on, that they need to meet you, at an adequate level of commitment in order to proceed.
Well, it's like, and I try my best not to be overbearing. Like, I like to think the fact that, like, I do 100% of the work, and all you got to do is show up and run your mouth. Realistically,
Right.
I'm asking for 2 hours a week, talk about movies, and that's all you got to do. Yet I get pushback of, like, I'm having trouble watching these movies, therefore blah blah blah. Like,
Right.
it ties into everything else too. Like,
Yeah, no,
Alex
man, you
was
can't
in
do a
my
podcast
stream
like that.
every day, and then he got kind of weird with it, and then kind of now refuses to participate. So it's like I'm at that point where it's like, not to be a dick, but you're not really helping me. So what am I doing here? If what we're doing is not getting us more and more views, and you guys are less and less committed,
Right.
what the fuck are we doing here?
Nikki, what do you think?
Like, because all the other side content I'm putting on
this is
YouTube
kind of
gets
repetitive.
views.
I've heard it a lot, so I just think in the end, just do you. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, man,
Figure it
dude, you
out,
might need to.
And then, like you said, you've been doing all the work. That's not going to change. So continue
No.
doing all the work for your stream, your content. And if it hurts feelings, it hurts feelings. But if
Oh,
they
it
want
will
to
be
come
a
back,
fight.
they'll come back. It's just
That
I feel like you're
discussion's gonna be
putting
an
a
argument.
lot of the energy into the frustration with them. That's a constant thing because you and I've talked about this before, right? So it's not new.
Yeah.
But now it's
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
let's
not.
just fucking move forward and,
Well, yeah, that's
change it
where I
up.
kind of am. Is like, I got the text this morning, and it's like, if you think I'm overbearing and a dick, that's fine. But I'm literally only asking for communication. Like, if you said, hey, because here's the thing, the communication is as simple as this: I can't do the episode, no problem. Do it ahead of time. Last week we didn't do an episode because I was out. That was planned for 4 months. The week before Alex was out, and now he's out again, and it's Tuesday. And then Giovanni did the same thing to me. Nobody, and it's one thing even if it is Monday and you text me and you're up front and you're like, yo, can't do the episode Friday. Sorry. That's acceptable. But nobody, until I pry and go, hey, what the fuck's
I
going
got a phone
on,
call.
gives me like a legit answer.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
getting
no,
frustrating.
dude, you can't be playing babysitter while you're trying to create something.
But yeah, that's what it is.
It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. And also the fact that it's upsetting you. First off, as a friend, if you're upset by their actions, but also as kind of business partners here and creative partners, that's a whole other can of worms to deal with. And the fact that the fact of the matter is, obviously, you're going to be bumping heads with others whenever you work on something collaboratively, right? Well, whenever there's a kind of joint collaboration involved, artists, creatives, personalities are going to butt heads. This is to be expected, but it does seem like there's a growing chasm between you and your friends. Yeah, dude, I think.
Well, yeah, because when I have brought it up in the past, those are the times when I've really gotten into heated arguments with people, like them specifically, and it's like,
yeah,
I'm not here for that. Like, your role, right? All you have to do is sit on your fat ass and watch movies and then talk about them. And now we've also started, which I enjoy, started doing the format of, let's not review movies for a couple episodes a month and just talk about the industry and other movies and just have a good conversation. So at this point, 2 episodes out of the month literally have no research of any kind. You can show up and just talk about shit you've seen throughout the week in movies and games and all that shit, because I enjoy that. I think it's fun.
John brings up
oh, the commitment level 0.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And
the problem is they're friends of mine and their commitment is 0. And anytime I've ever pushed back and been like, what the fuck, it's been a big battle where I end up looking like the asshole, because I end up, like, the last time this happened was when I was trying to get them to do more stuff and like film stuff and make the Murder Zone Movie Podcast brand bigger with other content. And they basically were just like, fuck you on it. And the last time this happened, I told them, I was like, what you guys are telling me is I can rely upon nothing except for you to show up in a seat for a few hours on a Friday, and that's your fucking commitment level.
Yeah.
And then at that time, it was kind of like, well, no, we'll work more on it. And now we're back to the same thing.
To that.
And,
dude,
and I'm tired of excuses.
Sounds like you're going in circles with these guys, man.
Big time.
I think
And
I think you got to make your peace, and then you really got to see where you want to, like, as a group, collectively, where you want to go to. Because
well, see, that's been the thinking in my head. Do I take the Nerd 2 Movie Podcast, turn it into something where I host it? I talk about like a movie a week plus the industry, and then if anybody's on it, they're a guest panel. Or do I scrap the whole fucking thing and restructure it to be something completely different?
I don't know. Listen, man, you're asking me impossible. I mean, you're asking questions that are doozies, man. These are.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about this morning. I'm just like, because I got pissed, and I'm just like, you know what? Like, I shouldn't really have to deal with this.
No, man.
Like, yeah, and it's also I'm 33.
Right.
You know, one of them is 45, and it's just like, I'm not here to constantly gauge your guys' level of commitment. Like, either be in it or fuck off at this point. And that's, I think, where I am.
Yeah. Well.
So now it's just going to be an uncomfortable conversation, and unfortunately, I don't want to do it over text. So it's going to be here's the deal.
You got to talk to them. They need to hear you out.
Well, and now I can't because everybody's all of a sudden unavailable. One of which is unavailable for the next 3 weeks. The other two are unavailable for this week. So it's either I text it out and fucking be like, this is the deal, or we have a real conversation and it's a heated argument.
So maybe it might be time in the interim of these guys being away to do some solo mat.
Yeah, my thought is with it is I keep the Nerd 2 Movie podcast, but it becomes much more of a free form. Like, I'll talk about, you know, if anything, one specific movie that I want to talk about, and then just kind of bullshit with everybody in the chat and whatnot from there and talk about shit like that. Yeah. But
the other thing is, man, just, you know, as you're growing an audience, you got to think of consistency, man.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And it's like, don't get me wrong, because I know the first thing that's going to get thrown in my face is like, well, you took, you know, this week off and this week off. And it's like, yeah. And the problem is if you tell me that, I'm going to get angry. Like, if you try to throw that in my face, you're going to get some truth. Like, they're going to get truths they don't want to hear. Because I'm at that point where it's like, I don't feel any of them have any right to call me out for anything, considering since we started it, I've done every bit of work that it's needed. I've paid the expenses for the equipment and when my motherboards and shit have blown out. So, like, I don't know. Yeah. I am kind of at that point of like,
I think it's time for.
You've made it pretty clear to me.
I think it's time for Beyonce to move on from Destiny's Child. I think.
Yeah, which is a bummer because, like, you know, they're good buddies of mine, but
sure.
It's gonna end badly.
Yeah, no, man. Well, that's the other thing, right? I mean, obviously, you like these guys as friends, and the more that this happens, it's kind of like being in a band with somebody, right?
Yeah, except I'm the only one that plays all the instruments.
Right, exactly, right. Which, you know what, I've seen happen, dude. I've seen bands. I've had friends that were in bands I would watch, and I'd even hang out in the rehearsal studios at their studio. You know, they'd rent some studio time, and I'd hang out and listen to them do their things. And all the ones I knew that split in a short amount of time where it was that same problem. There were, there were some that were really committed to it, and others that were just kind of blasé about it. And, you know, listen, when you can't get a cohesion between a group, that's it. Yoji says, yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, we'll have great patches where everybody's on point, and then we just have this, like, where to me I take it as disrespect, because once again, I'm really only asking for two things. A, you communicate properly, like we're all adults. I shouldn't have to chase after you to get answers. And B, show up. That's really all you got to do. And if you can't show up, just communicate it properly. Yeah, and every time I've ever had that discussion, it's always like, you know, I mean, I've had Alex throw things in my face that are going on in his relationship and blame them for me to the podcast.
Dude, this is fucked, weird shit. Dude, like this whole situation sounds completely, no offense to you.
No,
this situation sounds jacked, man.
That's the problem I've been having is this has been going on for months, as far as like we've been cool for a while, but we've had these battles before, and now I'm just kind of at that point of like I'm tired of dealing with this.
You need professionalism, man. You know.
Yeah,
and
I'm not saying I'm the most, but I need some people, somebody to.
They need to meet you at your anticipated level of commitment, and you, like I said, man, you can't be somebody's babysitter. You can't be mama having to drag everybody. To do something.
And that's also my own personal issues too, because like it annoys me in real life if, you know, and this is one of the other problems. If I send a text out about the podcast and I don't hear back for 2 days. Oh
yeah.
And then the only reason I know they are like I've sent texts and then like literally don't hear back, and then one of them jumps in Discord the next day and it was like, hey, what do you mean by this text? And it's like, don't woman me. Don't fucking sit there and read the text and then sit there like a scorned bitch and get all pissy and then think you're going to call me out, because I'll put it this way. Don't fucking call me out, because you don't have the righteousness to, and I will fucking eat you alive.
Dude,
and that's kind of where I am right now.
The way you're describing this to me sounds like you were in like a relationship with like a shitty girlfriend, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
If you were dating any of these people, I would tell you to fucking hit the old dusty trail, man. That's been
the dilemma. Is like this shit. This isn't like the first time I had thought. This isn't the first thought I've had of this. Like, this has been brewing. And now I think it's just like kind of that tipping edge of
I think it's coming to a head, man. And I think, what the fuck do I know, man? But I think we have that conversation with them. I mean, this might be the introducing the business aspect to it, which it is, man. You know, it might be putting on too much of a strain on your interpersonal, your friendship, your relationship with them.
Well, the problem is, in my mind, I'll even be honest, like, the Nerd to Movie podcast was one of the things at the forefront, and then as far as like me putting the content out there, and then like between less commitment from them and the numbers not being amazing, I started doing more and more other content, and then the Nerd to Movie podcast kind of went to the wayside as far as like, we're just going to put on a show.
Right.
We're just going to do now it's, we're just doing a live show, and it's like, like my concept is I'd love to be able to fucking have, and I've been trying to get it to shift over to that, and we're starting to get there. But my idea is like, do a podcast online, have a video element where if you're talking about a trailer, you could pull up the trailer, dissect it, discuss it, shit like that.
Yeah, no, dude, I think you gotta, man, I'm gonna say, man, until you put these guys in a room, my advice is, it's Maddie time, 100%. It's Nerditude centered on Maddie Cakes. And focus on that, man. Get your content right. Watch your analytics. Make sure you're putting out consistent content regularly. And when I say consistent, I mean not just in a timely manner, and not just regularly being produced. I'm talking about consistent in quality, because even if consistency is, like I said, it's a varied word. It doesn't just mean you're posting every daily or you're posting weekly.
Well, also, if what you're putting out and you're putting out episodes every week, but they're still not catching, there's something there that people aren't catching. It is what it is too.
Right. But like, even if like, listen, everybody's got to start from zero. But like, even if you had, of your 10 viewers, if those 10 viewers were accustomed to the Nerditude movie stream as it is with your buddies, if they're like dipping in, dipping out, that's inconsistency, man. Like, you want to, like, imagine if you picked up your favorite podcast, and I like How Did This Get Made, right? I love the way they talk about movies, and it's Paul and June and Jason Mantzoukas, but like, it stinks when one of them isn't there. Like, there's like a wow, it's like one of your cars is missing its tires. Like, you it's okay. But when they're all there and firing on all cylinders, that's the podcast that I like. That's the podcast that the majority of people who follow them are there for. It's the three. I
agree with you.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, and this isn't said with ego, of how much their contribution the audience is really focusing on. And I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like, one of the hosts, by the end of the episode, sometimes is sloshed, and we get into fights about it.
Oh my god!
Not on air, but we'll get into afterwards. We've done it on the air. I kind of wish you were fighting accident.
On air.
We've done it where I've called. I've been like, but lately it's. So the whole thing was when we used to just do recordings and not lives. We used to record for fucking forever. So like, we'd be going till 2 a.m. to record, and he'd be hammered. But the idea was like, okay, you don't have control, and you've been drinking for fucking 4 hours. Then we went to the live episodes, which are about an hour and a half, and I'm still dealing with like, one of them's fucking just hammered at the end of it, and then
the more you talk about this,
and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude,
like,
the more you talk about this, the more toxic this whole thing sounds, man.
It is. It's one of those things where I've kept that toxicity down to inside and repressed it, but.
Dude,
it's angering me.
Dude, you gotta. I think you gotta cut your losses, baby. It's too much, man. All right, let me catch you with the chat. Let me catch you with the chat real quick. Matt needs to figure out everyone's commitment level. Yoji says there are plenty of people who you can like that don't ever want to work with or recommend for a job. Adults don't make people responsible, or adults. I see what he's saying. David over on YouTube. Hey, David, what's up, buddy? He sounds incredibly reasonable. I found it's better to air problems in a space where everyone is comfortable. David says, anything you build with partners gets messy. Maybe look for people who jive. John Moore says, life's too short, Maddie. Even Beef says, Beef J Beef says, Matt, my advice, do solo stuff for a bit. Dude, when Keith starts making sense...
here's the thing, right? Like, I agree, especially when you're talking about like collaborations and whatnot, but I would disagree that I would say that I wanted it to be a partnership, and it very much is not. Like, it's only a partnership if responsibility and respect is there.
Yeah, no, dude.
And if that's not there, it's me doing all the work with 3 dudes who just treat it as like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's just fucking around. But no, that stinks. That fucking stinks, dude. All right.
So yeah, that'll be the fun, uncomfortable conversation, and then you'll probably be seeing solo episodes.
Let me know how that goes down when it does, and feel free to promote whenever you start doing that solo Maddie content. Feel free to promote it here. You know, there's like 4 people watching, but I mean, who gives a shit?
Prater, you would not in. I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe they would be entertaining.
I want to hear the episodes where you get into a fight.
Oh, we've gotten so I had to edit one episode out that one of the hosts completely tanked on purpose, and it was because he was it was literally at the end of the episode where we're like, hey, all right, it's time to give, like, because we do hot dogs because we're all Chicago boys, so we do Chicago dogs out of 5.
Okay.
And we get to the point where we're like going to be giving our out of 5, and he was drunk and somehow unplugged his headphones and then got him back plugged in, and then accused us of talking shit. So like when we got to him, when we got to his review, he goes, I don't fucking care, it's this out of 5. And normally I would have been straight up, because we were recording at this time, would have been like, what the fuck's your problem? But I didn't do that, and I was just like, well, what do you mean? Why would you give it a 3 out of 5 and not like a 4? Like, I tried to pull him in and, like, you know, get rid of the attitude.
Dude, this podcast sounds fucking nuts, man.
And fucking, like, he's like, nah, fuck you guys. Like, this is what it is out of 5. So then when, like, I ended the recording, I was just like, what the fuck's your problem? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, well, I'm going to have to, I go, there's no way to fucking
you can't edit that
save
out.
That edit. No. So what I did is I took the episode and I took the highlight of the episode of him tanking it, and I put sad music to it, and I did a slow-mo zoom in on his face.
That's funny.
Because it's like, all right, well, you're going to tank the end of the episode. You're going to be the fucking climax now, aren't you?
God. I think this podcast is too much fun.
If you go to, I'll post the link to my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Don't be shy.
There's way more in the channel than just that too. So it's like, as I do more, it's like, well, is the time doing this with these people being spent properly? Because I am fucking busy.
Yeah, no, dude. And also, you shouldn't be miserable having to do this. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that
it's just frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not saying,
you know, it's like common courtesy, man. Just like communicate. We're all fucking adults.
All right, let's see. At this point, it sounds like you can already write it off. I think this podcast is too much fun. What's the name of this podcast? There it is. There you go. Dave Tran is listening. Hello, Dave Tran.
Back in the early days, we would like be recording and would just get into it. Like, I would say something that one of them didn't like, and it'd be like, oh yeah, and we'd just fucking go at it.
Oh boy.
Which I like confrontation. So like for me, that you're essentially just feeding a fucking evil when you call me out. It's like, okay, you want to gratify me today, no problem.
Let's see. Oh, Nikki's still on the phone. Nikki's still having
Oh, Mike, I tried to apparently, and KG will tell you that I pushed her down my basement stairs.
Oh shit. Well, she probably had it coming.
She slid, she missed the step and fell down my stairs and fucked her ankle up.
You pulling a Kathy Bates here, dude?
I felt so bad. I felt all night because we took her to the airport early this morning.
On crutches?
No, we did go get her a wrap though, and I felt so fucking terrible, dude.
Yikes.
I kept apologizing. She's like, you didn't do anything. I slipped. It's fine. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. You come to my fucking house and like
she's fucking tumbling down the stairs, man.
I was like, I still feel bad. I messaged her because she's got a layover in Vegas right now, and I'm like, how's the ankle? And she's like, it hurt on the plane. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Boy, I wonder if we're gonna see her in chat today.
She's in Vegas right now, waiting for her next flight.
Oh, I thought she's playing the tables. She's she's betting on the ponies.
Thank you, Praetor. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit, and that's the other thing is like I also, not to be a dick, but I kind of have more fun doing like my film editing shit and stuff like that. Like if you were to ask me, hey, like if you want to do one thing right now to make major money, it would either be streaming or film editing, or making movies in general. But...
Yo, just says Vegas has slots at the airport.
Dude, I live on the south side of Chicago. Everywhere has slots. It was illegal for a while, and then as soon as they legalized it, every small pizza place, every little shop has 3 slot machines so they can come in and fucking gamble.
Dude, that is so not a New York City thing, because gambling it's the reason why everyone in New York City would we're going to Atlantic City. We're gonna play the slots. AC baby. Atlantic City was the place to go in New York to gamble, because you couldn't do so within New York City. And then slowly they started like, well, listen, money talks, and everybody in New York official, every fucking New York official is basically corrupt as shit. So miraculously over the last 20 years, first Indian Casino opened, and then I think Empire State Slots or whatever the fuck, I think that casino opened. So,
those are terrible. That's literally like some dude who was an immigrant in the country was like, Empire State Slots, people come to play, yes?
Yeah, no.
I hate those names. It's basically like, let's go to Chicago City Carpet Outlet. It's like, what the fuck?
I need a job myself, says Praetor. And John Moore says, slots. I think, John, are you making a Beavis Butthead Do America joke?
Well, there's so many slots in Las Vegas.
You can be playing the slots?
Dude, I think this chick wants us. Fucking old woman.
Have you guys watched Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe? I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't yet. I want to, because they got a TV show coming too.
I watched the first episode, man. Beavis and Butthead are now in the 21st century, dude. The first episode, without any spoilers, they end up in an escape room. The escape, and it's really stupid, dude. And they still riff, right? But there are no music videos anymore. I mean, but there are.
It's a little disappointing, but I get it.
Well, I mean, there are no music videos anymore on MTV that they can rip on. But what they can do is rip on music videos on YouTube, and what they can also do is rip on TikTokers who post stupid TikToks.
Ooh.
So that's what those two were doing. Those two were riffing on that.
I prefer that over the music video. That's a very modern take on that whole. I like that take on the formula.
John is going to open up his slots in his jungle. John's Jungle Slots.
One gripe, Matt. What's up? What's up, beef?
What's up, beef, baby?
I'm sorry, but that is now the nickname, I think.
Shit, I gotta get my water, man. I'm melting, dude. It's 101 degrees outside.
It's so bright in your house too. Like I'm looking at your camera, and it looks like you're just like in light. What do you have a gripe with, KJ? I have lots of gripes, I think. Maybe just hatred. I can't tell.
I got it. I'm coming.
Bottom right, I think is. Let's see.
Hey guys, what do you guys think of me being back at my original, like 5 years ago stream time? Let me know, because it kind of feels nice to be back in the sun.
KJ, the bottom right guy is man with 2 brains. That's Ali. You've talked about him before. Yeah, and it's like
John says, "I love the schedule."
how do you say stuff and not be a dick? Like, how do you say like I don't think the contributions coming from others are as great as mine without sounding like an asshole?
It's true. Listen, man. Everybody who knows anything is. Listen. Sometimes you're the key, and sometimes you're the peel, dude. Sometimes you're the Garfunkel, and sometimes you're the Simon. Somebody's got to be the Ringo, man. Listen, the Beatles are an exception because John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison. You know what I mean? Like there's, what are the fucking odds, right? And then Ringo.
Would it be funny if I kept like their video or their images on the video and then just redid their voice work, like they redid his drumming?
Dude, just bring out some puppets, man.
That'll be the new show, Nerd 2 Movie Podcast with puppets.
You maintain this sketch. I'm here every time. Show them. Man, I would love to have a puppet that I could join in on stuff. I feel like I could only do it for like 10 minutes before I'd get sick of the bit, you know?
I have a bobblehead of me, but once again, how long can you...
Let's see. Ringo wasn't the original guy, though. He was actually the replacement drummer. That's right. Pete, what's his face? Pete, I used to know this Beatles stupid trivia. Pete something or other.
Oh, Pete Carroll?
Maybe Yoji
Something
knows.
like that.
You do have a puppet, Bale, and Ringo outlived most of them. Do you think Ringo periodically goes by and he just takes a shit on their graves?
Dude, do you remember when he was on Howard Stern like years ago and he was telling people he was not going to be signing autographs anymore?
Yes.
With peace and love, I will not. I'm just too busy. I can't sign autographs. I'm too busy.
Yeah. After December 29th, no more. I will not be
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck
what are you
doing?
What are you so fucking busy with? You're a basic fucking drummer.
Pete Best. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't believe I remember half of that dickhead's name. I think it's because it's such an iconic story, right? Imagine you're the drummer for the Beatles and they're like, you're not, dick. It's almost a Dave Mustaine thing. But Dave Mustaine at least had Megadeth later on.
Yeah, Pete Best. Well, also Mustaine has 100% the ability to credit being like, yeah, all those songs on Kill 'Em All, I wrote 75% of them.
Yeah, and also he's a pro at beating his wife. No, I'm kidding.
Is he really?
No, I don't know. He just looks like he beats his wife. That's all.
I think that might be because the cancer really haggard him up.
Oh, I didn't see him post cancer. Did it really? What do you have? Leukemia?
Oh yeah, he had throat cancer.
Oh, Siggy's probably right.
I don't know. I know he was a big drug guy.
Maybe he got it from bad pussy, like Michael Douglas.
Do you remember when Catherine Zeta-Jones came out with this statement after he said that? And she's like, "That's not what happened." Like, she was like, she had a whole statement about it. Like, my pussy's not poison.
My pussy isn't poison. Oh, fuck, dude. You literally took the words out of my mouth. She's got toxic coochie. You know what, dude? For 1995, Catherine Zeta-Jones, I might risk it.
You know what, man? She was okay, but like I was always the dude that was like, you do realize Selma Hayek's better, right?
Selma Hayek was never really my jam. She's more my jam now than she was then.
Not even in Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. Listen,
Desperado.
She was a very attractive lady, but I think, you know what it is, dude? It's her accent, man. I fucking can't stand it. I couldn't stand it in the 90s, and I can't stand it now.
Okay, I can't stand Catherine Zeta-Jones's either. She's got that almost masculine fucking Romanian, hello.
What was that? I think she's from Wales. What was that accent? What was that movie where she was like in the lasers and like she was like going fucking spread eagle?
With Sean Connery.
Sean Connery,
it was
dude.
Robbery movie. That was the one that like skyrocketed her to fame.
Yeah.
She was able to dance under fake lasers.
Yeah, she fucking did a few somersaults and like a few like stripper pole moves through some lasers, and everybody was like, "Wow, this is talent." Entrapment,
yes.
Oh my god! Oh,
I'm in a movie with this young starlet. She's dancing under lasers.
God, Sean Connery. Anybody ever see the Barbara Walters interview when Sean Connery's like, "Yes, I put my hands on a woman."
No. I'm not saying you have to hit them, but every now and then you have to adjust. Can you imagine if
she tried to confront him on it. She's like, "And do you still feel that's true?" Yes.
Yes.
I'm surprised he didn't backhand her right then and there.
How dare you ask me these questions, Barbara?
I mean,
or shall I call you Miss Walker?
Dude, when she interviewed him, he was a million years old. That dude, when was Sean Connery? Hey, Alexa, what year was Sean Connery born?
Like 1952.
1930, dude. Are you shitting me, man? Dude, of course he thinks like that.
Should we really be trying to get him like into the normal modern era? The dude is literally an antique.
Yeah, no, man. Those guys, come on. Pete Rose recently called out Cincinnati about his grape allegations. His response is that was 40 years ago. Hey,
Hey, come on, isn't there a statute of limitations of when I grape people? Come on.
Yeah, listen, the times were different then.
Hey, we were graping everybody.
Yeah. Listen, time ungrapes. I bet she don't even remember it anymore.
I didn't do nothing she didn't want.
Jesus.
What now, was Pete Rose's whole gambling thing, like, I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit, but is it in the modern era really as egregious, like, as it was back in the day to, like, completely ban him from the Hall of Fame and everything?
For those of you who don't know, Pete Rose was a baseball player, if I remember correctly, a famous baseball player who got caught betting against himself, was it? Was it against himself?
I think it depended on the game.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like I think he was basically like, we're not doing too well today, and he would like bet against himself. Like, we have these guys out, I'm gonna bet against me.
That's really fucking. It's egregious because his own team games, he was betting on his teams.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with all the corruption in baseball, wasn't it a couple World Series ago where they had legitimate cheating with signals and everything coming out, and that was a big hubbubaloo?
I don't know, man. Maybe. He bet on his team win or lose. Jeez.
Baseball. Come on.
I didn't know Pete Rose is still alive.
He's alive and bitching about his grape.
Baseball's pretty corrupt.
Baseball's very corrupt. Yeah, it's. I mean, it is what it is.
Dude, I have not watched a single baseball game after I got sober. I realized how boring it was once I couldn't consume during the game.
Well, I mean, if you're at a game, for me at least, if I'm at a game, it's one thing because you're outside, it's nice. But like, if I cannot watch baseball on TV, like that just won't happen.
Dude, man, you know what my problem is, man? I have a real issue being alone with my thoughts. So like, I've got like, unless I'm actively doing something, like just sitting there and like, I start to get real fucking antsy, man. Real antsy.
Well, believe me, you and I are on the same spectrum there, because I will literally, I have to, the way I described it to my wife one day is, if I don't have 6 fucking data feeds feeding my ADD brain,
dude,
then it's hard for me to focus at all. Like, I literally will have a video on the TV, I'll be on my phone, I'll be reading something. Even when I'm editing, I've got 6 things going, simply because, you know, I'm crazy.
You have ADHD, Michael. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I do. I was looking at the ADHD stuff. Well, first I was looking at the, am I retarded quiz, and a lot of like the autistic spectrum stuff. I was getting a lot of, I was hitting a lot of yeses, and I was like, oh boy, here we fucking go. But then I looked at the ADHD, that quiz. It's like, hey, are you a fucking spaz? So I was looking up that one, and I was getting a lot of those too, and I realized, oh, there's a lot of overlap here.
Yeah, the problem is if you do those, like if you read those, you end up worrying that you're on the fucking spectrum, because it's like, I don't think I should be 9 out of 10 on this particular checklist.
Yeah. I wasn't 9 out of 10. I was like 6 out of 10. It was something like that. But then I realized a lot of the stuff wasn't just autistic. It was ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD with beef.
Beef. J Beef, dude, in the chat. Hey, Beef. How beefy you feeling today?
How's that beef doing?
Pete Rose is still alive. Still hoping to get that into the Hall of Fame while he's still breathing. Married a plastic Korean gold digger with 2 kids. Oy vey. Everyone does.
I mean, that's it's a personal life. Let him be an idiot. I mean, was she hot? I think that's a fair question.
Yeah, how hot is she, OG? Dude, some of those. There was a Chinese woman that was sued by her husband because he married her and she was super sexy. And then I think their kid came out, and the kid would look like a gargoyle. And he was like, whoa, hold up. You're a beauty queen. I'm looking pretty good myself. Why does this kid look like Quasimodo? And lo and behold, it turns out her face was so full of fucking plastic surgery, dude. She was practically a Barbie doll. And he's trying to sue her. I think he tried to sue her
he won.
For like false pretenses.
I think he may have won.
Yoji, do you remember this? If anybody would remember, it'd be Yoji.
It'd be funny if he did win too. I mean, well, that's the whole thing, right? Like the old joke on dudes is, it'd be like, oh, you're gonna stuff your pants with something, and it's like, what do you call putting on pounds of fucking makeup before a date? Like, you're not genuine. Like, you want to talk about fake? I think the first date should be all natural.
Oh,
pimples and all, baby.
Show me those zits. Yo, I've never minded zits, man. Even a girl who's got like fucking crater face, it's never really thrown me off all that much.
The overly makeup thing has never really been my
bag. But by the way, a girl who's got plenty of zits and just puts on a ton of foundation, you could see that shit. Like you see the fucking like you foundation. See the face of the moon on her fucking skin, and you're like,
why do you have Gerard Butler on your face?
Yeah, dude, it doesn't cover up shit. I mean, yeah, from a distance, and yeah, if you're in the darkest night, if you're in the middle of the club, sure, but yeah, once any fucking strong light hits that shit, you see the shadows.
Have you ever seen the videos of the, like, it'll be like an Asian girl and she'll look one way and then it's a makeup thing and she looks entirely different by the end of it?
Yeah, no, they give themselves features ones they don't have.
Some black ladies have done them too, where it's like, this is me, and then they put on makeup and they're like, not only are they entirely different looking facially, but with the makeup they also contour their structure. Yeah. So like if they didn't have a good jawline after makeup,
they thin up their noses too. Yep. It's crazy, dude. John says phase crater face flashbacks. Hoo yow. Let's see. What's up, Jamie Odell Art? Welcome back, baby. Let's see. She was hot before she married Pete Rose and had more surgery. Yoji says it was China, and he was granted that as a basis for his divorce. Wow. So he was actually able to divorce this lady because he was like, yo, look at this face. Look at these photos. I was lied to.
The false flag. My children are ugly. False flag. Fucking Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Dude, is Alex Jones going to go to jail?
Nah, but he just lost $45 million because he must have hired the Amber Heard lawyer team.
Dude.
These people are so fucking stupid, they gave away his entire cell phone
His whole cell phone data.
How fucking stupid. Like, you literally, did you watch the Amber Heard trial? I need those lawyers.
Johnny Depp's team did the exact same thing. Johnny Depp's team sent the text message, all of his text message records to Amber Heard's defense team.
Here's the thing, right? Like, whenever you think about Alex Jones, let's get rid of his politics completely. He's kind of a fucking moron.
No, he's a retarded. He's a huckster,
to be, you know, you got such a big fucking mouth, and you're all about the bravado and everything, but you can't even get a good lawyer team. Like, you're either A, that broke, or B, you are listening to very stupid people. And if you're doing that, you're stupid yourself. Because you can't go out there and pretend to be a fucking martyr for the cause, and then be like, wait, I have to be held accountable for saying that dead children was fake?
Yeah, no.
Because that's what it is. They sued him because he's like, it never happened. And then the family's like, well, that's funny because my child's dead.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm suing the fuck out of him. Now, here's the thing.
Fill me in on this Alex Jones situation. All right.
I don't agree with him on that. Like, he does make points when you talk about, like, there are things of several different quote-unquote tragedies having images of the same people in them, which is sus as fuck, and they're different states and everything. But in this particular case, he ran his mouth to the point where they were able to get him on essentially like a defamation type thing, where it's like you're now shitting on the memory of my dead child and saying it didn't happen.
So John Moore, if you're not familiar, Sandy Hook was a horrific mass murder of children here in God, where's Sandy Hook? Was it Connecticut?
I don't know. Was it? I don't think. Let me look it up. I think it was like Virginia or something.
Regardless, it was yet another example of America at its finest.
Oh no, you're right. Connecticut.
Yeah. So
closer to you.
Sandy Hook, Connecticut. A bunch of children were gunned down. I think. I don't know the exact number, man. But
26 people. 21 of the victims were under the age of 8.
There you go. 21 victims under the age of 8. Horrible, horrifying, horrific. And during the coverage, Alex Jones, while he still had all of the power of InfoWars before he was blocked off any platforms, he immediately went on.
Still makes bank though with that paid service.
And he basically proclaimed that it was a false flag. It was a conspiracy. Those kids didn't get shot. It didn't happen. They're all paid actors. It was just a fucking nightmare, man. What he said. It was awful. And sure enough, it did happen, and these parents did lose their children. And on top of that, they had to deal with people bothering them on social media. and God knows where else, saying, agreeing with Alex Jones, telling them that, they're awful for lying about this. And, like I said, they're actors and they're fakes. And now he got sued for it. And now he's out $42 million for doing what he did.
Oh, shit. So I was just looking into what really kind of fucked him and what may be the only thing that can get him really legally in trouble. Is apparently part of them getting all of his shit from his phone that they got his emails too. Now the problem with that is he had testified previously that he stopped using email entirely before Sandy Hook. So literally they have a copy of his phone with emails on it, which is theoretically perjury because you lied and said you don't do email in the original deposition. Interesting.
There you go. So
yeah, I'm looking up his actual comments of what he actually said because I don't remember it verbatim.
It's a false flag.
Well, yeah, that bullshit was all right.
Yoji says he's going to jail because his phone stuff is going to the January 6th committee. They might not get the $45 million because he's been shifting money since before the surgery. Infowars
that
making
committee ain't doing shit.
Several $100,000 per day. It's also worth a couple $100 million. Fill me in the Alex Jones. Well, now you're filled in, John. I filled you right up to the brim. Banzi says there's a big difference between a bad lawyer and malpractice and willful malpractice. I think Banzi's alluding to Jones's lawyers intentionally doing that, which would be oof. Could you imagine? That would be
how inept? Realistically, right. I know we all saw the Amber Heard trial, but how inept can you actually be?
Banzi's got an interesting point. What if they're in fact not inept, and what if that was purposeful?
I guess my thing is if he can prove it, what could he even do about it? If it would be disbarment, yeah, because you do take an oath, but what would he be? Could he sue them if he actually had actionable proof?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? You have to prove that there was some malicious intent behind that and not just a mistake.
I mean, he may be able to sue his own attorneys for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
But then again, the same thing happened to Johnny Depp. But although that wasn't a...
Well, yeah, they didn't accidentally hand over mass amounts of data that weren't requested. They were just fucking... Well, let's talk about that. Amber Heard was not innocent, so they were working on a skewed trial. And neither one of those fucking people were innocent. She just happened to be really a vile human being. So you do have attorneys. I mean, it's kind of the same especially on what side you're on, with Alex Jones. You are looking at attorneys that may be thinking we have to, he's paying us a lot of money, so we got to defend this vile human being. And you never know. I mean, I think that's unethical as an attorney, and I think you should be disbarred immediately. It's not your job to pass judgment. You get paid to do a specific job, and your job isn't to judge.
Let's see.
Which I understand is hard to do, but your job is to do what you're paid for. Just like any of us is.
It sounds like Banzi going full conspiracy theory. You heard what he said? He said he thinks that the Sandy Hook incident wasn't a false flag, but it was an op.
They were child soldiers. They were all black ops, and none of it was real.
They were stolen. They were stolen what? Taken to Epstein's place?
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't even be for Epstein. Wouldn't it be if we're going full conspiracy, wouldn't it be so they can get their adrenochrome fixed?
Ah, man, I can't wait to get my supply of adrenochrome.
You need the children for the adrenochrome. Yeah, it's coming through Amazon tomorrow. I mean, why can't we just go back to the old days of just popping a baby's head off and sucking the marrow?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it,
give me those stem cells, baby. Those fetal stem cells.
Yeah.
Crack me open a cold one. It's Miller time, I say, as I crack open a baby's neck and start chugging.
Yeah, I had a cramp while working out the other day. I better pop open this baby's neck and fix it.
Yeah, I've got a beer cooler in the fridge, in the fucking garage I go to.
So Praetor, that's kind of the argument he made, and his whole point is what the fuck happened to free speech? I should be allowed to say something. The problem is they were able, with the victims' families, to directly prove emotional distress and all that by his words.
Yeah,
whether
that's the thing,
it was real or not, they were able to argue that in court.
So what it comes down to is same thing with the Johnny Depp case. You have to prove that this wasn't just an issue of freedom of speech and that harm was done. Which is
it is legal to deny the Holocaust, by the way.
Yeah, no, listen, it's illegal, dude. It's again, dude. In the 1920s, the Klan marched across Washington, or was it New York? I forget. They had a giant rally. The 20s or 30s.
Washington.
Yeah.
Well, I think it wasn't. But didn't they also have one in response to the civil rights Martin Luther King movement? Like when Martin Luther King marched down Washington, they had another one maybe in New York.
You know, Banzi, it's legal to you could parade the Confederate flag, the Adolf's flag. You could parade the you could burn the flag, the American flag.
Yeah, which I don't like. But I'd be honest, if you were walking around my neighborhood and you had a fucking Nazi flag, I'm as white can get, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Like I don't play the race game.
There's only one way to find out, dude. Somebody's got to do it.
Bring them on, motherfucker. I'm in a violent mood. Let them come march down my block. I'm well armed and I'm angry. Let's do it.
If I see somebody marching down the street with a Nazi flag,
I did not see that flag coming. Yeah, I don't know, but I also live in a very black neighborhood, and I don't think I'd have to do anything. Like the brothers would show up for that one.
If you could deny the Holocaust, you could deny Sandy Hook. Well, the problem is no, yes and no. You could deny that it existed, but I think they got Alex Jones because
he didn't frame it in an opinion. He was, as a matter of fact, and then the problem with that is when the families were like, "You're a fucking asshole," he doubled down on the families and was like, "Prove to me that your child's dead."
Right. So at a certain point, like again, freedom of speech isn't this ubiquitous rule that just can be used forever and ever in every circumstance. If you can prove harm by that, you completely, again, it's the same. It's the Amber Heard thing all over again. Because by that logic,
the funny thing is, we do have Alex Jones being sued for $45 million. Now it's not legal, or not legal in the like. He's not going to jail. It's more of a civil "you owe us money now" asshole case. But like, you did have Trump. Like, I mean, look at his treatment of Ted Cruz, saying his dad was a Zodiac killer. Like, I'm just saying, like, and then he got nothing. Like, he's over there, but like Ted Cruz's fat wife. And, like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird like dichotomy we have in this country where it's like Alex Jones screams at people and tells them their children aren't actually dead, and he loses $45 million, and Trump is just like, "You have a horse-faced fat wife, and your father was the Zodiac," and he's just fine. We are a dumb fucking species, man. Not even just a country. Humanity
because everybody hates. It's because everybody hates Ted Cruz, so people are just like, "Yeah, we'll let that slide."
Yeah, how does that work? Where like everybody hates Trump? Yeah, Mar-a-Lago did get raided for documentation.
Mar-a-Lago. The feds.
Here's the problem with that.
Raided that, right? Yesterday.
Yeah. Here's the problem with that, right? And because I'm at the point right now where I don't believe another Trump term, socially speaking, would be good for the Trump country, despite the fact that economically it probably would be. I don't necessarily want to see him in power.
That guy's
but by doing this, well, they're all pieces of shit.
He's an extra piece of shit.
No, he's not.
To me, he's an extra piece of shit.
If you're a politician or an actor, you're a narcissist piece of shit.
To me, Trump is always worse than the lot. Oh, but go on, finish your point.
I mean, I don't know. I'd argue that, like, while I agree personally he's a piece of shit, I don't think he's any worse than Clinton or Pelosi.
Fair statement. You know? Finish your point.
What was I saying?
Oh
yeah. So they like if they raided him, if they find nothing, you've now martyred him. You've now given him ammo to go. They've illegally raided me. I'm innocent, and I'm gonna strike back, and I'm running.
Oh yeah.
Like you've now martyred.
Yeah, no. If they do that, you're right. If they do that without like nothing, there's no fruit.
Yeah. If they don't come out with documentations and go, because here's the whole thing, right? If they find something, then they can start pursuing the idea of like, well, he stole documentation in presidency. He shouldn't be able to run again, which is, I think, their end game they want to do, because they know if he runs, he's going to win. After the past 2 years, we got 2 more years of it.
Dude, why would you keep...
If he runs, he's going to win.
Dude, if they found he stole 15 boxes of classified, why would you keep that?
Yeah, but did they find the actual boxes?
You think they were planted?
That's going to be the thing. If they don't find them, then he's going to go out full force as a martyr. And he's going to run again, and it's going to be, look, I'm not even in power, and they're still trying to take me down.
Ooh, the Trump-DeSantis ticket 2024.
Yeah, well, it's also concerning that the entire right-wing establishment is like, we're waiting to see what Trump does. Like, is that really how our fucking political power should be acting? Are we waiting on one narcissist to decide if he's going to be uber narcissist again?
You know how it works, dude. All these fuckers put party before country. So
Yoji, I would tend to agree. Yeah. But our current political climate is so fucking corrupt on both sides. I would not. I don't trust anybody. I don't. For one thing, I don't trust the FBI. I feel the FBI is a hugely corrupt fucking yeah. They're not trustworthy. So like, I don't give a fuck if they said whatever they say he did, unless. Well, the problem is the Republican Party is cult of Trump, and then the other is the neocons, which neither are good. But unless they come out with something actually physical and they can prove it was him and blah blah blah, which I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know if it's all legit. I don't trust them. I mean, they've gone after the guy. I mean, you look at the whole dossier, the fake dossier that got pushed for 3 years, everybody knowing it was fake. I can't trust the government to tell me any truth. No. The FBI is not. The FBI is being led by a fucking establishment person. That's the problem.
Who's the Trump nominee leading the FBI? I don't fucking talk politics.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name either. But the concept of the FBI, it's just overly corrupt. It's going to work for the power in play. It doesn't. The idea of like we have Trump nominees, we have these nominees. They're all fucking corrupt. They're not trustworthy, in any regard, whether they attack anybody. If the FBI and our fucking our intelligence agencies were trustworthy, you'd have Ghislaine Maxwell's data and who she outed out there. Our government hides so much shit of
Trump
us. Well,
pushed out two FBI directors.
Comey was a corrupt piece of shit.
Both of whom were Republicans.
He's lucky. Well, once again, Republicans by name. Well, I don't assign as a Republican, so I don't know. But like, that's the thing is, we get so worried about labels. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Trump got in power, ran his mouth, and then was told, "Hey, asshole, you're the president. You can't do these things."
Trump is
like,
Nikki's
it's
favorite.
All bullshit.
Nikki still wears her "Make America Great Again" hat.
Oh man, I'm not talking about bullshit. I want to have a better day. Come on, guys.
She wore it in Michigan City, and she was very. They took her right in.
It was on my thong. How would you know?
She was at a Trump rally. And he's like, "Where are my browns?" There they are.
I love the blacks and the Mexicans. How's your employment, blacks and Mexicans?
Dude, there was one time where he said, "Where's the gays for Trump?" And then they pulled out a guy from the crowd. He's like, "That guy doesn't look gay."
You don't suck dick. I need somebody else up here. I don't care about registered Republican. They're all fucking corrupt. They're all the same problem.
Christopher Wray is the director of the FBI. Corruption. He's a registered Republican.
I don't care, but so was Comey, and Comey was working with the Clintons and all that shit to try to oust Trump. It's all corruption. I'm tired of people going, well, he's it's all establishment corruption. They all work for the same fucking team.
He's part of the deep state.
Because they all have the same mindset. Well, yeah, I do believe in the deep state, unfortunately, and I don't think it's a Republican Democrat issue. It's
He's part of the deep state. What's up, Nikki?
If anybody denies that, it's like, bro, you do realize like our government fucking hates us, right?
How was your meeting, Nikki? Mix it up.
Oh, there is a possibility that my company is going to send out a mandated email for return to office.
Ooh.
Again?
No, this one wasn't mandated. This one was from my manager. This one is not corporate. But we had like our team just had like this group talk about what can happen and stuff like that. And is it going to be mandated only hybrid 3 days, or are they going to push back to 5? So I'm on my lunch and I'm on LinkedIn. Because listen, if I have to drive to work,
that's so much money on gas.
You didn't hear, dude. I'm driving local. Like where we're at, we have a plethora.
You have tolls too?
No, I actually can skip tolls. I found a different way to get there, so I'm saving just a little bit on that. Yeah.
Tolls are egregious, bro.
Dude,
it's ridiculous.
Tell me about it, man.
Ridiculous.
In New York City, dude, are you fucking kidding me, man? It's fucking $10, $12. Get the fuck to get around town, dude. If you live on Staten Island, you have to pay to leave fucking Staten Island. There's no free bridge for you to escape. You get a discount, but you still have to fucking pay. Could you imagine that, dude? It's like, oh, I would like to leave my borough. I'm like, yeah, fork over the fucking $10, you fucking bum. It's like, what?
And that's
just
to
leave?
Bring it in this conversation. Like, are you guys gonna give us a raise to make up for? Because you guys are paying us. You guys gave us a raise based on what we were remote. Now everyone's going back to paying for gas, back to paying for childcare if you have that, and you're not gonna make up for that. No, man. I mean, sure, lower, but it's not the fucking same. Also, the office that we used to go to was 15 minutes from me. This one's 30.
Nikki, is it true that you get back knee?
Did I get back knee?
Yeah. That's what
steroids.
Yeah, that's what Yoji. That's what Yoji was telling us. You had a back knee problem.
Oh, I don't remember doing any nasties where you saw my back, Yoji. Sorry. No, I don't have any issues with my back. Thank God.
See, Yoji, I told you. Where were we? Oh. Hey, do you think Liz's skin is peeling?
I don't know.
Was it, Nikki, was it weird being around that many white people during your vacation?
Was I the only? No, because Julian and Fabian.
Yeah, Julian and Fabian important. I mean, it was the white people were Chanel, KG, myself, Jen, Liz,
Joe.
and Belle, and Ryan.
Jan.
Well, Joe's Irish Italian. He's got pigment.
Joe, yeah, listen, if this was the 1920s, Joe would have been considered an animal.
Yeah, he would have. He would have been one of those ones with the signs that say "need not apply." It would have been pointed at him, Irish and Italian.
Yeah, you ever see Nikki? You ever see those old signs for the Irish and Italian? They didn't even consider them people.
No.
Yeah, no, dude, they had a.
Yeah, we treated the Irish terribly in this country too, but nobody talks about it.
Well, they're still white, the white man.
Yeah, that's right. They have privilege.
I've heard about it from Joe, but like, you don't really see a lot of that stuff as much as you see other things.
Well, you know what it is, because there's always somebody new to hate. So, once they
Joe and I actually hung out a lot this past weekend. It was fun.
I felt bad for him though. His sinuses were so fun. Honestly, Maddie, he said it was fun, but he was like, the vape smoke he thinks fucked up his sinuses.
Oh.
I mean, it's possible. I'm gonna disagree from the basis of knowing, but I mean, it's his shit. Who knows? I feel bad if it did.
Well, no, it was the amount of smoke that he was saying. He was like, it was a lot of smoke, and I was like, yeah. And for somebody who quit smoking, and then you're gonna jump into somebody who smokes a lot, even if it's vape, it's still smoke. And he's like, I can't breathe. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it's not smoke.
I feel bad if it fucked, but it's not smoke.
It's not smoke. It's water or vapor.
Well, who was smoking? Who was smoking? The other stuff though, wasn't that like?
That was. I mean, that when basically. So, Liz puts away a lot.
Liz was just
no, but it wasn't around Liz. He didn't say it was your vape. He thought it was like, get away from me.
Liz was
only thing I had basically I was vaping and occasionally would do my own praying, but most of the praying came when Liz came out. Like I didn't do a whole bunch of praying when we were.
That girl can
solo.
Roll.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Routine.
That's why I didn't need to, because she was like every 45 minutes, and so I was kind of just chilling, and then be like, "Oh, you're back."
Liz was smoking a crack pipe.
No.
I mean, I don't think anybody smoked a crack pipe this time.
Well, at least not our group, but Michigan City, there was a lot, I bet.
Oh, fucking meth city, yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Belle was good. She just hung out, man. It was a good time. Good time. But yeah, he was talking. You know, I forgot to call him the Mackie name yesterday. I gotta do that today.
He was up. The last day we were there. It was like I woke up at 4 in the morning to piss, and he was awake. I was like, "What are you doing?" I just can't breathe out my fucking nose. I was like, shit.
Oof.
You see his eyes? He looked like he got high. I was like, "Are you okay?" He just looked like he was miserable. Like his eyes were like poofy, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, you could just lay on the sofa, but then that sofa the sofa in the kitchen was like very sinkable.
Yoji says
he's like, I'm just gonna sit there.
Yoji says there's a hot new virus coming out of China that's jumped from an animal. What kind of animal, Yoji? Was it another pangolin?
A what?
Nikki.
What?
You don't know what that animal is?
No, dude. You typing it in?
Let me see if I could find out. Yeah. Here, I'm pulling it up.
So has he ever?
This is what they were eating at the at one of the wet markets in China. This is Nikki. This is called a pangolin.
Jeez. We sure that's not a Pokemon?
I mean, it looks like Sandshrew, but it's no.
It's disgustingly cute.
It is. Well, now it is after.
I mean, but also like some of them are riddled with disease as well. So not to be consumed at the wet market, gang. Don't do it. Tildy's licking her fucking Danish chompers right now, just thinking about biting into that fucking scaled meat.
The other thing I was thinking of, like, has he had it tested to see if
he has sleep apnea?
Well,
He's
no,
got all
beyond
that
that,
shit.
if the
No,
alcohol
this
fixing it
motherfucker
up,
has no. He has.
because it
It's
can.
just
That's all I'm saying.
he can't go to the doctors right now because he's waiting for some shit to hit for work, and then he's got to have like 2 or 3 surgeries.
Has he ever stopped
surgeries
drinking
for
to
what?
see how if he feels any better? He's got
Yeah.
some seriously fucked up sinuses.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
He's done his sinuses are just gnarly, and I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, it didn't help. I guess I should have made it different, like, because you already have fucked up sinuses, and then you're gonna sit around anybody who's smoking, right? It's gonna make
Sure.
it worse. And then the rooms weren't ventilated correctly, so you're adding that on top of it.
Yeah,
You know,
I can see that
it's
could
like-
that could fuck you up a
The
little
So
bit.
bedrooms
it
were
just-
stuffy. The
the
common rooms
bedrooms-
were nice.
Yeah, the common room's really nice. But for these surgeries, he's like, I want to wait till fall to get the process going, so that way I have winter to heal. And I was like, that makes sense. I had my surgery in November because I wanted to have fun during my summertime, right? So, we're just hoping for a little bit more money right now, just to help with like some stuff. You know what I mean? That shit.
Is he still paying his ex-wife?
Bro, yeah.
Was she hot
Yeah.
back in the day?
Nikki only sees her as a troglodyte now. So
Yeah, I know,
it's
but,
hard
you know,
for her to
Actually-
imagine it.
Actually, oh no, that was her lawyer that I compared it to.
Her lawyer?
Dude, we were watching, like
She
I
a
said, we
sexy
were watching
lawyer.
The Hobbit. No, The Hobbit, or The Hobbit.
She looks
lawyer
just
is,
like Thorin Oakenshield.
Nope. Somebody in Joe's family called his ex's lawyer Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then I was like,
Udu solo.
and then as I was watching The Hobbit, I was like,
Good impression.
or it could be the Goblin King too. And Joe just like lost it. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't like being mean, but I'm done.
I love being mean, and I'm not done. Who to rip on next? Toxygen, you're up. You fucking...
Uh-oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Cute.
No, I've ripped on Toxic for like too much over the last 5 years.
She really is the fucking sweetest too.
She doesn't
Toxic?
deserve it.
I just want to hug her.
Yeah.
Chops,
you
what are you
wanna-
doing? Are
You want to
getting a
hug her
voice?
coochie. Hey.
my God.
Well, see, that's the thing is, even when you go into the sexual shit, she's like, I'm not gonna talk about that. She's so sweet.
Yeah, her voice is nice still after all these years. Hey, Quinn. You know what, man? Maybe I
After
should
the
stick
many
to.
cigarettes.
Maybe I should stick to my old working hours. Everybody's back. Everybody, you know.
Quinn! What up, girl? Yeah, everyone's coming back, man.
It's been forever.
John,
Hi. Quinn, how are you? Quinn, have you shit out any kids? I would assume
Wow.
that she would have been knocked up by now, because her and her lover were pretty close. Way back
I
when.
would hope they were close. They're lovers.
Yes. Well, listen, I know a few who are lovers and not. No kids yet, but I'm engaged.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Quinn.
Oops. I'm trying to do the command.
Married life. Aw. Dude, when is congratulations, I'm sure it was a lovely engagement. When's the date? Also, when the hell is Tildy gonna get married to her what's his face? That guy. Tildy, when's he gonna pop the question? When's it appropriate for a Danish boy to ask you to be his wife? When is that normal?
John.
After he climbs the mountain and gets the flower.
Yeah, right?
It's the flower.
He's already got her flower.
I was talking about a literal flower. It's a white daffodil.
In Greece, do you have this posted on Instagram? I'll go check right now if you do.
I'm hoping like 3 years so we can save enough for what I want. It cost me like maybe like 20 grand, and I got married in a barn.
Mikey,
Yes,
do you have photos? I want to see you in a suit.
I do. I don't know
He
how
actually
comfortable I
wore
feel
the
sharing
Riddler's
those.
outfit from Batman
You don't have to show
Returns.
them online, but if you want to just take a photo and text me later, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I could do
Just
that.
a few.
Isn't Sims and Sev, are they getting married soon? I know they're living together in sin, having sex. Out of wedlock.
Sin. I have it on my
Jesus would
Twitter,
not be
posted on my
pleased.
Instagram, I'll send the link. Okay, sweet.
Michael, are you
Yes.
saying you were a virgin before you were married?
Of course I was. I saved myself.
Wow, good for you.
You know, as you do. Of course.
Well,
I would never.
I didn't.
I would never fucking.
It's just
defile my body beforehand.
I was a pure boy before marriage. That's why my marriage works.
Sins art is what Johnson said. I have it on my Twitter. I didn't post my Instagram. I'll send the link. Everybody go click that link and give it a like. I heard Quinn's lover, he had tied the engagement ring to his ball sack with double-sided tape, and he reached into his pants, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And they pulled it out like a magic trick, and it was beautiful.
Quinn, your dress is really cute.
Ouch, double-sided tape.
I heard Toxic took Jan's virginity.
Yeah, getting down on one knee. Yay! Waterworks. Congrats. Very
Congrats.
Oh, Toxic didn't take his V card.
We have a budget for mine, but I'm a cheap bitch because I want my lake house.
You know, it's really weird because I thought you were talking about your V card. Because Toxic wrote in V card. She's like, we have a budget for mine. Want to go to a lake house and lose it?
Yeah, your credit score is my budget.
Oh, her dress is from Shein.
Ooh, very nice.
I've seen some pretty badass outfits from Shein.
We got married. She was in a burlap sack. Is what it is.
A burlap sack.
A Burlington coat, Zach. Wait, Matilda, what age were you when somebody stole your flower?
The way you phrase it's like they stole it in the middle of the night while we were all sleeping.
Yeah, they did. Like the fucking Grinch. It was the Grinch that stole her coochie. I've been too scared to order from Shein because I read too many bad stories about them. Well, I heard that the quality of the product leaves something to be desired, but it still looks dope. But then, like, and how is that any different from like going to like H&M or fucking Zara or any of those stores where it's
JCPenney,
where it's
Sears Outlet?
It's serviceable clothes, but they're not built to last. You're built to look cool in it for a couple of months, and then it deteriorates off your body.
Is any dress like any wedding dress really built to last? Like they really are kind of like a here's your one-time deal.
Like a thief in the night.
Don't ever wash it.
I told you way back. You expect me to remember like I've got it on a fucking Google document when Tildy's pussy was penetrated for the first time. The year was 2005.
In all fairness, if anybody did it, would be you. So like, you know.
Yeah, right. It would be Yoji. It would be me asking Yoji reluctantly to do so.
Yoji, I need the research. Stay.
Well, dude, was it that 25-year-old guy you were banging when you were like 17 in your dad's house?
Are you asking me that?
No. Matilda was banging like a 30-year-old dude when she was in her teens, and her parents were like giving her high fives when she was doing it.
John.
Oh no. High fives? Hey, you fucking my daughter? Yeah! I don't think that happened.
Well, interesting that you do a southern accent because Matilda is a bit of a hillbilly. She grew up on a Danish farm.
Yeah, that was just natural. I didn't even mean to do that.
Apparently, her lover has teased her for her Danish hillbilly accent.
We had to do the wedding, and then we get the teeth. Yeah, there was a bunch of meth mouth in Michigan City. It was fun seeing it. It was fucking black gums.
Ugh.
I'll gum you to death.
Hey, John, do they have meth in the Philippines yet or nah?
Oh, they probably got worse, bro. Fucking those dudes are hitting Agent Orange. Like, I think heroin's big in the Philippines, isn't it? Heroin's big everywhere.
How hot is heroin where you're at, John?
Silly Billy.
Did any of you guys hang out on Bill Nash's trailer?
Yes.
What were you guys doing on there?
I sat in the driver's seat.
Oh.
It was pretty cool looking at all the stuff. We went to... He's got a fucking tub in that thing. Like, it's a small one. It's a shower, but it's a tub. And I was like, what the... It's pretty big. Joe said he went in there. He's like, you know, it's pretty spacious. And Joe's pretty tall. So I was like, like I said, when I first saw it, I was like, this thing is fucking huge. It was very warm though, because you know he's not running the generator for the AC, but yeah, it was just pretty cool.
We legit know people who live. I legit know people who lived Requiem for a Dream. They were fucking Jennifer Connelly ass to ass. Meth is hot everywhere, says Yoji.
If that's living Requiem for a Dream, sign me up.
Yeah, dude. Meth is hot everywhere because you don't need a specific climate to make it. They've tested the sewers in Korea. Plenty of meth users.
Jesus.
Ooh, meth Koreans. I've
never associated meth with Koreans.
I've heard of math Koreans, but not meth Koreans. Well, listen, it's just a sign of time, baby. It's globalism, man. It's fair game, baby. Everybody can get monkeypox. Everybody can get COVID. Everybody can chew on some meth crystals. Champa champa.
Wait, just chew on meth crystals? This isn't like a fantasy movie. Like, you got some of the meth crystals? Like, it doesn't work that way. Their black gums won't sustain.
In my head, that's how it works. Walter White shows up with blue crystals, and you just start chomping on them like you're a troll.
Wow. That's why they have the black gums, isn't it? They just chomp away.
China is the #1 supplier of chemicals for meth making.
Let me tell you right now, China, number one, hugely, bigly supplying.
Bigly
meth.
Bigly meth is a problem in China. They don't talk about it. It's not on the news, but they supply it.
They make them.
The
meth is great
denies
in
it. I've been there. I don't
you know what
do
Trump
drugs.
would do? He'd
I've
say,
done Chinese meth.
The meth, best in China, but not that good. Like
There's better meth. I've been to Florida. We've got better meth. Fucking yeah, Trump the druggie would have been an awesome character though. Like, well, I don't care who's gonna do it. I'm gonna get meth from China.
Dude, he was on a certain kind of amphetamine. That's why he's a fucking 74-year-old who was charged up like he's, you know, the H-man giving a speech in the 30s.
He says he's never done drugs, never drank because his brother died. But I will say, for somebody who claims to sleep 4 hours a night, and you're in your 70s and you're pretty goddamn spry, you're doing like I thought he was always on coke, but
no, he's on pharmaceutical stimulants. So like he's not technically on any illicit illegal substances.
He's got to prescribe,
but he's got to prescribe,
keeping his body alive.
Yeah.
I'm run on pure methamphetamines. I take a pill a day. I take my vitamins, and by vitamins, it's crazy doses of fucking morphine and shit mixed into one.
John says, chewing on meth is how you become a Skeksis.
He was in the Lemmy diet, just speed.
What the fuck are the non-Skeksis things called? Gilfers?
Meth was discovered and made as early as World War One. What were they doing? And they were like, we've got meth.
Dude, the H-man himself, you know, Mr. fucking hankety clankety, Mr. Mustache. He was, dude. He was.
Are you not allowed to say that word?
I don't think so. He's souped. Really? He was souped up on the fucking amphetamines, dude. There's a video. There's a video. I think it's at the Olympics. You could see him tweaking in his seat.
Well, he was also incredibly angry that Jesse Owens was winning.
I mean, that doesn't help.
We brought the fastest Aryan we know.
You know, that didn't help things. But nah, dude, he's legit like tweaking in his seat.
Yeah, the snake. Yeah, dude, I would love to like just get a toxicology report from his body after he killed himself, like just to see. Because you'd imagine if he was on that shit at the end, he was heavily on it. Yeah, an 87-year-old man.
Meth was what made the Germans work without stopping. Wasn't it Benzedrine back then? I don't know. I wasn't there. It's what Toxic is on right now. It's how she keeps her blowjob game up to snuff, Nikki. Her jaw never gets tired. Gobble gobble, Nikki.
Can't get tired if it's numb. You ever tried meth, Mike?
Nah. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure somebody sprinkled a little bit of meth in my Coke once, because it kept me up for like over 24 hours. I remember specifically, I was in the bathroom doing bumps with my friend, we'll call him T. And then him and I went we basically kicked the doors off of our fucking bathroom stalls to get back outside. And then we were just on a rampage. I was drinking, but the booze wasn't doing anything to me. And I remember hours and hours later, into the next day on that same high, him and I were we started calling it rocket fuel. But then it was only after the fact we were like, yo, I don't think that was regular yayo. But I think there was something a little extra in that batch.
Hey, Benzie.
So hold on. I think you should set the scene. Here we have young Michael and his jammy jams in a public restroom with a friend named T. And he immediately hits his stuff and goes, who put meth in my cocaine?
Yeah.
As though he tasted flour in his vegan meal.
Yeah, no, it was like a cartoon where his eyes go full swirly twirlies. It's basically what happened.
Tongue's just hanging out. Was it fun?
It was a blast. But I felt like I could jump off into space. I was so wired, man. And it didn't stop. You know? The party don't stop.
You ever thought about trying to stop a truck while it's driving at you, man? I've just been thinking about it now, honestly.
How long do you think it's been since Nikki had meth?
This weekend. No.
It's her and Bellatrix just fucking tweaking, dude, at the lake. I heard Nikki was so hopped off on meth, she ran across the lake. Just barefoot.
Yes, the truth is, most of the time it looked like a heroin den. People just asleep on the hardwood floor, sprawled out everywhere. Refrigerator left open. There was just, the only thing that was really there was booze and prey.
Toxic says, I almost passed out while doing the groceries today. That would have been fucking hilarious. Imagine you're in the produce and you just see some lady just fucking collapse, just face plant.
Bro, you know how hard those tile floors are in the store?
She just fucking just blackout drops.
Why though?
Yeah, was it heat, or did you not eat something? How do we avoid that next time? We don't want you dying.
How do we get, you're asking the wrong questions. How do we get that on camera the next time?
Oh, you're on candid camera. Yeah, but the problem, then it's basically she went to get a banana and almost died, and then you point and laugh.
Yeah.
She ran all the way back to Chicago.
Tweaky Neeky, they call Nikki.
Yeah.
Tweaky Neeky.
That's what she was doing in Bill Nash's trailer. She was finding his meth reserve.
I remember Belle, I think, maybe prayed more than had any cocktails, and we were both sitting next to each other about to devour this sub, and she said something, I don't remember what it was, but do you guys ever remember having that moment where you're both either high or you're drunk and someone says something and you laugh, but you do that you can't laugh out loud because you're dying on the end, you're laughing so hard? We had that moment. I'm just very grateful I didn't spit my fucking sub sandwich at her because she said something, it just it killed me. And she was pretty cool to hang out. Yeah, she was pretty cool to hang out with. I told her we gotta definitely hang out more since she lives so fucking close.
Oh man, yeah, you her and Belle live in such a close proximity to one another, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah.
Banzi says Belle's cute. That's why you will see meth heads constantly scratching themselves to the point of doing skin damage. That's not sexy, Yoji.
Nope.
I mean, how many times do you have to do meth before you're full on addicted? Is it vary person to person?
It's got to be like anything else, right? Because I can't have a drink because I know what happens to me when I do. But plenty of other people could handle it no problemo, man. So there's gotta be someone out there who's yeah, I do heroin occasionally, no big deal.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're just there's people out there that nah, man, I have a beer and I don't drink anymore because I just wanted a beer.
Yeah.
There's probably somebody out there that's dude, I really only do heroin before I go to a movie, or if I got I'm off on a Friday.
Long day at work, just need to unwind.
Yeah, I come home, I play some Call of Duty, I freebase. It's not a big deal.
Mike, how long have you been sober?
Well over 10 years at this point.
Ooh.
Yeah, none for me.
Did you not go with the whole chip thing? The AA wasn't the route you went?
I didn't stay in AA long enough to start, doing that. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't. For like the first 6 months, I was pretty regular. Not so regular that I had like a friend who was my sort of sponsor, but it wasn't official. I went to meetings. I went to meetings relatively regularly, but not so much that I never was a true member of the community. But I went there when I needed help, which was nice. It was nice that they were there. But after a while, it wasn't the perfect fit, and I was able to kind of start walking on my own, and I've been that way ever since.
Well done.
Do you ever have a day where you're like, I'm gonna go by and find a public bathroom and disappear?
No. I mean, there are days where like I wish I had access to, like I wish. There are days where I resent my dependent, like I resent my addictiveness because I wish I could have access to something that can calm me and have it not be a problem. So like there's that. Where I'm like, it sucks that, or, I'm at an event and everybody's got a glass of champagne and they're cheering and I kind of just have to hold my water. Like there's days where it's like, oh, this would be more convenient if I was able to participate, or less of an annoyance in that, like, oh, people are like passing out the rounds and I politely decline, but then have to explain why I'm politely declining.
I hate that. Like, I feel like nobody should have to explain why they're declining.
It's not a big deal.
Let's say you were in a room full of everybody and they're all not sober, but they're not pushing it on you. Would you be comfortable there?
I worked at a bar for years. For years and years and years, I worked at a bar. First as a bar back, briefly as a bartender, as the doorman. Many years after.
The doorman? The bouncer?
No, not the bouncer. The guy that told you to fuck off if you weren't attractive enough to get inside.
Nerd.
Yeah. If you walked up and you were wearing a t-shirt and cargo shorts and sneakers, I would basically tell you to find some bitches and maybe I'll let you in if you come back. So I was that guy, which was nice because I got to be a complete piece of shit to people I didn't want to let inside the bar. What wasn't cool was when the owners were like, you know what, let's there's a few too many black people in there, so you might want to chill out on that. Yeah, no, they 100% do that. I ignored their request.
It's a little too urban inside.
That's exactly what he would say.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna do? My dad tried to get me to go to Al-Anon, whatever they call that. Keith, was there somebody in your life that was addicted to alcohol? Or drugs?
Is the problem with AA the religious aspect of it?
No, because I live in New York City, so there are plenty of chapters that were like, this part of it, because God is a part of it, and it's like we look at the God part more metaphorically than strictly. So God meaning whatever the stand-in for God is for you, which usually means something greater than yourself, is really what it is.
Ooh, I gotta go.
No, Nikki.
Yeah, I have another meeting in an hour, and I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
Uh-oh. Bad Nikki.
Maybe I can try doing it while hanging out. Hold on, maybe not my laptop. I do need to go at least in the next 30 minutes, but...
Okay.
Fuck.
Nikki's been sitting here instead of doing her work. She's been trying to devise a scheme to get a topless photo of Matilda.
A scheme? Why don't I just ask her? Hey.
Hey. Fun fact about that, I realized one of my childhood crushes is the main character in the 2000 movie Stardust, and just today found out the actor is Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil.
Wait, did you know him? Like, you were kids and he was a crush, or just he was somebody on TV that as a young girl you had a crush on? Because if you knew Charlie Cox, that's pretty badass. People forget he was also in Boardwalk Empire.
No fucking way. Yeah, he was that Irish cunt. No way Charlie Cox has ever stepped fucking foot in Denmark, because who would?
Damn, he's Irish, bro. It's not that much fucking better. I'm sure he wanted to step out of Ireland.
Is he full blown Irish? Is that true?
I think so, but he might be Welsh or something like that. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's Irish. I don't know, man. You gotta talk to them and find out, because they also claim they're from different areas. Well, I was born here, but I'm really from here. It's like, really? I was born in the States. That's how boring we are. Like, we don't have any, like... Because then if you go, yeah, no, I was born in Ohio, like, a European's like, where? Who fucking cares about Ohio? You mean America, right?
Did you know that Hispanic people, you know, like the Latin American types, they're pissy that up here we call ourselves America?
Really?
Yeah, no, it's I've seen a bunch of different arguments on various social media sites, including this one. There was a girl in here once that was like, why do you call it America? South America's America too. And we're like, fuck off, go fuck yourself, dude. I'm like, America's in the name, baby.
Aren't they referred to as the Americas?
Yes. Yeah, no. There is America. There are the Americas, which includes South and North America and Central America. But then there's America.
America.
Which is the fucking US of A. The
We really should rename America.
United States of America, bitch. We are America.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And the thing is, we're the most powerful country in the world, so if you don't like it, you could suck our balls, because we are America. Fuck yeah, says Keith.
Basically,
Twitch, did Twitch do something with auto mod? Because I know for a fact Mike wouldn't put mod on for the word fucks.
Yeah, no, Twitch must have...
Okay.
Maybe they fucking defaulted some... maybe they defaulted some of the mod settings.
I was just thinking about McDonald's leaving Russia, and I think it would have been like how you referenced Chad. It would have been very Chad of Putin to do a press conference and where he's just like, "You stupid fools! You've made us stronger. We will no longer be fat from your food." Like that would have been total Chad. Just like, "Good job, idiots. We are now less fat."
Banzi says, I hate that y'all fucks call it America. Well, too goddamn bad. Because it's not just us.
Get over it.
It's the entire world. When you think America, you think of the United States of America. The US of A, baby. Nobody says America and thinks of fucking any of the Hispanic countries. Nobody.
You mean Ecuador?
Do you mean Guatemala?
No.
El Salvador?
Talking George Washington, motherfucker.
Yeah. Keith says new words that I don't know have been added. What's Keith yelling about?
Like words to the English language that you don't know?
Keith, you old pervert, what are you yelling about?
Beefy.
Old beef.
Beefy. Oh no.
Beef the queef.
Nope.
Oof. Taco Bell beef queef.
Keith can queef. That's why we name him Beef.
That's his website, keithcanqueef.org.
That's fair, since most people in the U.S. only know about the U.S.
That's true, but we're the greatest. That's all we need to know.
Yeah. Why the fuck would we need to know about like Venezuela or Colombia or fucking Ecuador or any of these places?
Mike doesn't want to learn about Colombia, the last place he wants to learn about.
Yeah, dude, I fled that shithole for a reason.
Tell you what, Bands, you give America a call when you need some freedom and you got some oil, and we're there. You understand? Fucking America's just a bully. America walks around like it's shit don't stink.
I would actually love to do like a pop quiz in Europe and be like, when somebody says America, what do you think?
McDonald's. Mickey Mouse.
Sugar.
Childhood obesity. Yeah. Childhood obesity and school shootings. Oh.
Yeah. That sucks.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, you do gotta wonder, because it depends on where in Europe. Because like Poland would have a very different opinion than, like, because Poland's pretty hardcore than other countries, like than Germany, let's say.
Do school shootings happen elsewhere in any other places, or just us?
Guns are mostly banned in a lot of other places. Oh God, Yeah, the Ukraine-Taiwan thing. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, baby, dude. Freedom is coming for you, and it's coming hot. Get ready to. We're gonna free the fuck out of your your countries, except not Taiwan. Taiwan isn't a country, as we all know.
Yeah, calm down there, John Cena.
Time for me to apologize in Mandarin.
Yep, perfect Mandarin.
Ni hao, my fellow.
Dude, I mean, yeah, you know. I mean, what was Pelosi doing besides antagonizing?
Oh, is John still here? John left. Shit.
Yeah, John took off.
John, I'm gonna add him in a private chat. Update your link tree, you dummy.
Oh, what happened?
It doesn't have your YouTube.
Oh, look at Mikey coming through.
Yeah, I pulled up John's link tree earlier to find his YouTube channel, but it's not linked. Oh, there he is.
Hey.
He's not gonna do it. He's just telling me okay to appease me.
Does it feel good? Do you feel appeased?
I'm appeased.
Fair enough.
Capital P.
Capital P.
Okay. What were we doing? Nikki, what were we doing?
I'm actually working, so I don't know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what were we talking about?
We're talking about freeing
a lot happened
China
in like 5 minutes in this chat.
Nikki's ready to go to China herself. Free them. Get ready. Nikki's racing her way there. She's met that of her gourd, and she's running across the Atlantic. She's going the long way around.
I want to watch The Pest.
You want to watch what? Banzi says, I love China.
Do you? Cool.
He's a big Xi Jinping guy.
He's got to support his boy Jackie Chan. Mainlanders forever, right?
Didn't Jackie Chan become a complete fucking CCP fucking sellout?
Yep. And well, that's the whole thing, is he was from Taiwan, and they call him a traitor. They fucking hate him there.
Oh, I wonder what Yoji has to say about this. Yoji hates the CCP with a passion.
But he loves Jackie Chan. He's got to be very perplexed. I love Jackie Chan.
Who doesn't love Jackie Chan in his prime?
Tell me Rumble in the Bronx isn't a goddamn good movie.
No, it's excellent, dude.
I do really like his movies. I like his old, Rumble in the Bronx is cool, but my favorite, I think, is Legend of the Drunken Master.
Banzi, you ready to bring China their democracy? There's no way we do that, right? I mean, we joke around here about World War III, but there's no way, right?
Well, it would be most assuredly nuclear war. So I'd hope we wouldn't.
Old people don't.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I don't want to be flash fried in seconds, but I guess if you're 85, whatever. If you're Joe Biden's age, war seems like a nice fitting end.
Oh well, listen. It's too late for us now. It's over. Where's the safest place? The mountains, right? Fleeing into the Rockies?
There really is no safe place.
Oh shit, John fixed it. I thought John, I thought you were lying to appease me. Nice.
Look at that.
Hey, you did it. Good job, buddy. Also, congrats on the success of your most recent YouTube video. You've already broken 100 views in about 24 hours, which is for a channel that, again, you haven't even broken 1,000 followers yet. It's a good job. To me, success on a YouTube channel is like if you could get at least 10% of your audience I consider that a success. So like if you've got 1,000 YouTube subscribers and you get at least 100 views in the first 24 hours, that's because that scales up pretty nice. And that actually can be a pretty good chunk of change in your pocket as your channel grows and grows and grows, if you've got long form content. Banty says South America is safe. Oh, I see. From the pending nuclear holocaust. One time, Nikki and I were looking at parts of America that didn't have. Nikki and I were looking at parts of America that did not have nuclear facilities or military bases. Yeah. And it's like, there's like, I think Montana or South Dakota were like the only two places that were like even remotely kind of safe.
What was the reason why we were looking that up though? We were like, where do we need to go to?
We were looking at something to jack off to.
We were like, we had nope.
Regular porno ain't cutting it. John Amore, I'm lining up some interview types of video. Oh, I wonder who John's going to be interviewing. John, are you going to be, when you interview the next person, are you going to be interviewing them while you are holding a puppet? Yes.
Is your puppet from Urban Animal?
Ooh, an Urban Animal puppet?
Yeah.
I'm buying farmland to build my radioactive zombie apocalypse sanctuary. Man. Yeah, dude. I just hope when the nuclear strike happens, when somebody lets loose a dirty bomb in Manhattan, I get killed in that first shockwave. Because, you know, you don't want to be the guy who gets caught up in the nuclear fallout and then you got to watch your limbs fall off. That's no fun. Yeah, right. Or you know, that first group of people that's got to start rebuilding society after everybody's eaten and killed each other. When America's been split into factions of warlords. Nikki, that's no fun.
Nope.
I'm going full cannibal war chief. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, you're far enough away from the center of Chicago, right? How far are you from?
Oh my god, he's closer than me.
I'm from downtown itself, like
how many
14
miles?
Yeah, no, we're in the blast rate, or at least the immediate fallout radius.
Yeah, dude, nuclear fallout radius. Radioactive fallout. How far away to survive? Look at this, dude. The first thing I pull up is literally the center of Manhattan, is where they've got the. Of course, they would strike the jewel of America, Manhattan, New York City.
Like King Kong did it.
The greatest city in America. It's been nearly 80 years since 2 nuclear bombs were detonated over the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's a hypothetical. The video below, the team from ASAP Science breaks down the science of nuclear bombs to predict how likely you'd be to survive. Let's just say in a case of nuclear blast, you'd be wanting to wear white. There is no clear-cut way to estimate the impact of a single nuclear, because it depends on many factors, including the weather, on the day it's dropped, the time of the day it's detonated, and the geographical layout of where it hits, and whether it explodes in the ground or in the air. Ooh, I heard if it explodes in the air, you're fucked. Because the wind will literally pick up the radiation and like carry it everywhere, way further than it would if it hit the ground. But blah 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 blah.
Well, odds are if it was a nuclear attack, you wouldn't be looking at like in airplane bombing. You'd be looking at like a dirty bomb or a smart bomb, something like that.
Or a supersonic missile. We can't stop those.
Right. We need that Israeli defense system.
Dude, not even that. Dude, that wouldn't be able to stop it.
What if I had 3 of them?
No, the supersonic missiles that can break the sound barrier, they could also turn on a dime. So we haven't built up a missile system that would be able to stop something like that. You'd basically be alerted that it's launched and that it's headed somewhere on the eastern coast or western coast, and then there's fuck all you could do to stop it, which is the true nightmare of it all.
I was going to say this: how have we gotten into another situation where we have Sherman tanks versus Tigers?
It beats me, right? Or fucking, you'd assume it's not budgetary issues. For a bomb that size, people up to 13 miles away would experience flash blindness on a clear day, and people up to 52.8 miles away would be temporarily blinded on a clear night. Heat is an issue for those closer to the blast. First-degree burns can occur up to 6.8 miles away. Third-degree burns up to 5 miles away. Those distances are variable. For those slightly further away, let's see. Within a 3.7 mile radius of a 1 megaton bomb, blast waves will produce 180 metric tons of force on the walls of a 2-story building. Technically, humans can withstand that much pressure, but most people will be killed by falling buildings. So if you're within the first 5 miles, you're toast. If you somehow survive all that, there's still the radiation poison to deal with the nuclear fallout. But what's the radius of the fallout, man? I don't know. Well, the best guess is we don't know. John Moore says, Hey, John, what kind of bread do you have in your house right now? Do Filipino people like sourdough bread, John? I'm a sucker for a good sourdough, baby. I would love to make my own. Nikki, you ever make your own?
Bread?
Yeah, Brett. You ever make one?
Banana bread. But not like loaf of bread. Yeah.
Hey, Raji's here. Hey, Raj. I don't have
On that note, my dears, I do need to leave.
Okay. Do your work. Work.
Yeah, I got a meeting. You got, what are we at, 2 hours? I may be able to pop in after, but we'll see.
Big Johnny says, I don't have sourdough bread. I have focaccia. Ooh, focaccia, dude. I didn't know you liked the focaccia, Johnny. Dude, I fucking love the focaccia, man. One time the lady made her own homemade because she is Italian. So she's got fucking pesto in her blood. And she crushed it. It was so goddamn good. I just go to the grocery store to get some. There's a couple of Italian delis by me. They do a killer focaccia. And they got everything.
What's your favorite type?
There's a kind that I like that's got it's got onions. It's got fried onions in it. It's got olives in it. And it's got sun-dried tomatoes along with pesto and a bunch of other Italian seasoning on it. It's fucking garlic. It's fucking delicious. Oh my goodness.
Dude, there's this one I get that is the sliced tomato, pesto, jalapeno, and feta, and it's so good. Oh, dude. And cheese.
Excellent, baby. We also have bagels. Ooh, John, you eat a bagel for breakfast? What kind of cream cheese you putting on that bad boy? Focaccia's delicious, says Matilda. Matilda, have you ever made love to an Italian man? Wouldn't it?
No garlic on the focaccia, but you want to use some olive oil and garlic to dip that bit.
Give me some garlic on the focaccia. Dude, I'll eat I will legit eat a raw clove of garlic. I will mince it myself and put it on something to where it works almost like a jalapeno. Raw garlic is hot. It will burn your fucking mouth, the oils. But the downside of that is when you have a raw clove of garlic and you just eat it without cooking it or anything, you will start to smell like garlic. Like it'll start coming out of your pores. I remember the last time I did that, my wife was like, dude, you fucking, like, it smells like I'm in an Italian deli when you're coming to bed.
That's terrible.
Matilda has never sucked on the penis of an Italian man. Not even a Frenchman. But a Colombian, yes. Oddly enough. John Moore says, sometimes I do the cream cheese. Sometimes I just slap a pastrami and some cheddar. I don't know why I stayed focused on the Colombian dude. I should have tested the country like I do with wine. Don't tell Jen I said that. No, dude, listen, you were fucking young. You were single. But I get it. Listen, you're not the kind of gal to just throw that pussy around town. That's fine. How is that question relevant to liking focaccia? Makes it better or worse? Which one? I crush garlic and mix it with mayo.
We've gotten way off topic here. Back to abortion.
Beef does his own homemade ones out of the backseat of his car.
Oh,
it's
Beefy's van abortions.
It's me, Dr. Beef. The doc is in. Actually,
when
Keith
you got a problem in your tummy, call the beef.
Keith is from the Midwest, so he'd probably have a Midwestern accent.
All right, so we're going to do this abortion here. I'm going to need you to put your legs up on the 2x4s that I have nailed to the wall of my van, please.
Most of the French guys I met who were cute all smoke cigarettes. Yeah, so they were really fucking cool. Were they wearing leather jackets too? That's how you know they were cool.
We are Grace Lightning.
She met a couple of fucking French Fonzies.
Hey, bon man, oui.
Yeah, they started calling her Ralph Malph, and she didn't know why. Like,
and she met a bald man, and he was talking about family.
Oh man, I love the idea of a Frenchman calling Matilda Potsy. Nah.
Calm down, OP.
Nah, more Norwegian German sounding. What's Beef talking about, dude? He says he sounds Norwegian German in Wisconsin?
No, he sounds American. He's very American. Yeah. He doesn't have the my Midwest though. His Midwest is different. My Midwest is like, you know, every now and then it comes out and it's like, did I just really sound like that? It's bad. You did call Italian Italian.
Italian, yeah.
Does your wife ever like slap you?
No, she's.
My wife is Italian, and she's like, it's Italian, not Italian. She's so pissed it makes sense say it.
Nah, you could come on, man, dude. Half the fucking city calls it Italian.
Not in this household.
Yeah. You know, you have to slap your way through New York City to fucking get him to stop saying it like that.
Oh, dude, I still love the video where the guy is like, I'm from New York, I'm walking it. He's just like doing the stereotype.
Yeah.
This woman comes out, we don't talk like that here. You're literally doing it.
John puts on, oddly enough, when John is walking around Manila, he puts on a New York City accent. It's like, hey, this is the Philippines.
Big business here.
He's like, forget about it.
Did they ever say why Tony Soprano called Capicoa Gabagoo?
They do, dude. It's just a New York thing. So, for example, calamari, right? So I love calamari, but if you're talking to an old Italian, he'd be like, "Let me get some of that. What do they call it? Galamar, I think is what they fucking call it, dude."
Dude, is it just they start like as they get older, they just start making baby noises? Oh, my dear, let me get you some.
Yeah, dude, look, I literally just pulled up this fucking article. Italian Americans and the language of food. How calamari became galamar and ricotta became rigot. That's what they're.
Gravy.
Yeah, let me get some of that calamar. And it's like, come on, dude. You want fucking calamari, you cunt.
How do you get Galamar from calamari? Like, I get there's like, A's and M's, but what
but like
the fuck?
that's, but like if you're hanging out with an old Italian, that's what they're gonna ask for. Hey, some of that rigot. Some of that mozzarella. Give me some of that
I come to the
mozzarella.
Olive Garden.
It's like
I ask you for some calamari and some ragout, and you look at me weird.
Do you know, Yoji, you know what's funny? As I'm saying I want some calamari, I'm doing the Italian fucking hands.
Yep. You got it. I mean, that does look like pretty good calamari.
Calamari. So stupid. So I don't go that far in it. You know, I don't go to an Italian restaurant and I ask for some mozzarella and some calamari. I say it like...
Especially because you go to the Olive Garden.
Dude, no way. No proper Italian-American would ever be caught dead in the Olive Garden.
Hey, man, it's not authentic. Just like Taco Bell, but it's still food.
It's still edible.
And you know what? For $20, you get a decent amount of food. If you were homeless, you buy Olive Garden because it's all butter. So, like, especially if it's just kind of cool, it'll hold. Because it's all butter.
Yo, did you ever date an Italian-American woman?
I own one. I mean, married one.
I bought a fair and square. I went to the island.
I picked her out like you would olives.
You know, like an avocado. I walked over. I gave her a squeeze. She didn't recoil at me.
Yes, I married her despite her being Italian. Italian and European and is her makeup. Mine is I don't know. I know I'm German, but I want one of those ancestry tests. What if they tell me something I really don't want to know?
Oh. Well, we talked about your perhaps sketchy background.
Yeah, fucking third cousin to somebody I really don't want to be a third cousin to.
Yeah, somebody who died of old age in Argentina.
Yeah, somebody who was in Germantown in Brazil circa 1954.
Did you know, dude, to this day, there are areas in Argentina that only speak German? No joke.
Yeah, because they still kept the pure blood.
Like they look, it feels like you were in Germany. Like the architecture is German, the language spoken is German. And we know why.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that didn't make NASA were there.
The ones that didn't end up in, what was it, Operation Matchstick? Or no, Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
Operation Paperclip, I believe.
Like, yeah, the ones that weren't developing rockets for Russia and the U.S. ended up in Argentina and Brazil.
I'm scared to see you. I think the Italian men are worse than the women. What are you talking about? What do you mean worse than? What is this racism?
She just overtly hates Italian people, but the men are worse than the women.
She hates them even more. Jeez, Matilda.
She says they're mama's boys.
Dude, you know, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a bit of a mama's boy myself, man. I talk to my mom honestly, man, on the phone every other day, dude. She literally just called me while I was on stream, right, like a few seconds ago.
That's sweet.
Yeah, no. Listen, man. I know. Listen, they're getting a little older now, and I know that time is limited. You know. So yes, I am a mama's boy.
Yeah. The only advice I can give is ask the questions that you've wanted answers to while you got time.
I think, you know what, dude? I think for me, I don't have any more existential questions. Just, how are you? You know? How's your day going?
That's good. You guys have a good relationship then.
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean they're bad or anything. Hey, Mike. Yeah, no, dude. I know. I took the test. I'm like 60% indigenous throughout the Americas. And I'm 40%, I think, Portuguese Spaniard, like a mix. So I've got some of that. I've got some of that fucking conquistador blood in me, that rape blood, and then I've got some of the, you know, some of the blood of the natives coursing through my vein as well.
Toxic talks to her mom often too. That's sweet.
Yeah,
my mom and I don't talk much.
Yeah, because Toxic and her mom both love thinking about fucking Korean boys.
Oof. Spanish.
They have that in common. Portuguese,
Korean boys.
How does it feel getting to know about that? Oh, I mean, nothing, you know, like.
You're not gonna.
It doesn't
change.
It doesn't change. You know, me knowing what my ethnic makeup is, I'm a strong proponent in. It doesn't fucking matter where you're from, and I know my perspective is biased and skewed because I'm adopted, but I feel like it's giving me a unique perspective to, you know, I'm like an experiment as to, you know, what happens to a person that is raised outside of their culture. What does that mean? It just means you find a new one, you know. It just means that I don't identify, you know, I identify as something else entirely, which is in a way for me quite freeing. You know, people have these burdens that are laid upon them culturally from, you know, their history. I feel like I was not given that, you know, like when you talk to certain groups of people and they just have all this what do they call that where you've got like, it's not PTSD, but you've got like, it's kind of like historical PTSD based on, you know, what horrors your ancestors were subject to.
You're saying you
generational trauma is what they call that. I feel like I was spared that. I wasn't, like, none of that stuff was instilled in me. So, like, I don't know what my fucking generational trauma is, and I don't care. I don't care.
Because the Smashing Pumpkins aren't together.
Yeah, no, man. Like, I don't know. It's kind of nice. But what do I know? How does it feel to know you're almost half European? Well, I mean, do you know the thing is, the thing about that is, I don't know anything about Spaniards or the fucking Portuguese or about native people for that matter. I'm out of the loop, baby. But to be honest, if I could reiterate, it doesn't fucking, I'm kind of like in the so what category. I know some people need that, right? Some people need to know their background so they feel tied to something. But to me, like, I could take it or leave it. I don't like knowing where I'm from is it's okay. But as far as like my day to day, I'm good. I don't need to have like some connection to feel like a complete person. And I never have. It's why people have always asked me if I ever felt the need to hunt down my biological parents. And the answer is and has always been no. I kind of don't care about them. Like for whatever reason I was given up, and this is the life I got, and I'm pretty happy with it. Bill, the second only gives you only get a break from Uncle Sam if you can prove you're part of a specific grouping of people, and you need to have your, like Rum, you need to have your like indigenous native card, and you need to have like your tribal papers in order to get you any of that stuff, which I don't. And also the test that I took, it was just kind of like you're from these general areas of the Americas. So it's not like, right. Yeah.
For the Native American thing, you have to prove you have at least quarter blood to the actual tribe members, right? Or a tribe member.
Yeah, yeah. Which is like, what am I gonna hunt down fucking Native? You know? Can I see your blood?
Yeah, I mean, my buddy's Oneida, and basically, if you got a quarter of it in you, you're in. But like anything other than that, they kind of have their own processes for.
Let's see. it makes sense that you don't culturally identify with those roots. It gave me some peace of mind when a couple of years back I learned that you can identify with more ethnicities / countries / cultures than just one, and that's normal. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, were you confused about being 2 different kinds of European? I could just be assuming, but you probably have had enough love and security from your family. I didn't feel I need to know more about the unknown. Yeah, man, honestly, when people ask me where I was from, I basically just said Queens. Like that was basically it for me. And for the longest time growing up, I just thought that was normal. I thought that was hey, what's up, beef? I honestly thought that was how most people felt. It's like, oh, you're just from here. But then it was only when in my, later adulthood that I realized that, oh shit, some people really need to feel connected to other aspects of their, I don't know, biological ancestry. Like they need that, and it's a part of, it's like this intrinsic part of them. And I've never really been able to relate to that. I'm not dogging it. I used to dog it. I used to say, you fucking weak. You're so fucking weak. You're so fucking weak. You can't just live on your own as a person. You need to feel tied to something else other than yourself to get by. Now I'm less fucking severe about it. Now I'm more of a to each their own. Just because I don't need that doesn't mean I should begrudge others for the same thing. A lot of the time I felt that I needed to say, oh, of course I'm more Danish than French, etc. Sure, I know the Danish language better, but I'm part of that Danish culture. I grew up here, but I feel very connected to French culture and my family there as well. So I've been a bit confused at some points in my life due to that. It was just nice to be able to say, right, both is good and relax. Interesting. I'm surprised your parents didn't, or did they? Was it your parents that talked you through that? Said, hey, you're both, you're not just one or the other, you're both things. And by the way, neither one of those things, although they're your culture, they're just a small, it's like, of all of the things that make up the tilde stew recipe, I feel like that's like, there's so many more aspects to who you are outside of you just being a Danish person or you being a part French person. There's so much more there than those two things. That's always been at the heart of my reason for not wanting to go crazy about that, the ethnicity thing or the cultural thing. I feel my favorite parts of myself have got absolutely nothing to do with where I was born, who I was born to, or any other aspects of my person that I had no control over whatsoever. Yo, did you get a chance to check Discord DMs? What, again? Well, yeah, yesterday you sent the shiny tits, right? Yeah, but what else did you send? I always knew, yeah. I always knew I was French and Danish and have citizenships in both countries, but it was from an anthropology type class at university I really got into dig even to the roots of the confusion. The lady in the drawing is reading fairy porn. You know it. You know it, Mathilde. Oh, nothing new. I just didn't catch your feedback. Oh man, we talked about it yesterday. I liked it. I liked the shine. I like the titty shine. I pulled it. Wait, dude, I pulled it up on stream and we're chatting about it. Right? Do you guys remember when I pulled up Bale's drawing and I showed you guys the titty shine? And Matilda was here and she was like, "Oh, that's the what's her face from My Hero Academia." Yes, I was here. Yeah. Matilda, did you not want to go on voice chat today? We spoke about titty shine for ages. Yeah, good job, Bale. I was considering working out as well after this coffee. I want to, yes, but I think it's better for me to work a bit while listening. Oh, you're gonna work out? You're gonna do some, you're gonna get buff, Tild? Dude, is your blood sugar low again? Because I know I was joking about you falling flat on your face at the grocery store, but that's not normal. And I know you get Matilda gets the sugar shakes. You ever hear of this, Matt?
Yes, low glycosamine in the bloodstream.
Yeah, exactly. So she needs to eat, otherwise she starts feeling sick. I want to lose weight. Are you chunky monkey, Tilt? But yes, I need to do something about my body. It's not happy with me at the moment. It has nothing to do with the fat, I think. I took a painkiller, water, and now coffee. Oh, I missed it then. I apologize. I'm glad you liked it. I love to play around with the broad you did yesterday. Who did I do yesterday? Was it, which one? Was it this one? There's a couple, was it this one? There's this one, which is like, I was just basically doodling off the top of my head perpetually. And I don't even know what this lady is. Crystal Demon Sparkle Queen. Let me see it. Yeah, I finished this last night just on my own, just having fun with the lighting and colors and background. Yeah, the Crystal Queen. You know what's funny? The crystals in this piece were inspired by, of all things, the second part of the game Elden Ring. Do you know where the academy is? The academy of whatever, Raycaria or whatever the fuck it's called. Lucaria? What the fuck? Yeah, whatever. The crystals that are in that lake, that bottomless lake. That's what inspired me to draw this lady. Ray Lucaria, thank you. I was just blending the word together. But yeah, no, man. I could send you the PSD if you're interested. Isn't it so funny what one single layer of isn't it funny what one single layer of halftone can do? You know, because like here, this is how it is with the halftone layer, and then when I take it away, it's almost like she seems like she's nude, right? Isn't that wild?
I mean, it's almost like the more detail you. I mean, it is weird.
It's
not weird,
but because when you look at it like this, when you look at it up close, it's really not much. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's just a line. Like it's just a block of shapes that don't, you know, it's not like when you look at a painting, right, and you zoom in on a painting, you see like 1,000 brushstrokes. This is really just one solid layer. I mean, yes, there are lots of lines, but that's just a brush. I didn't draw those lines. Yeah, boom. You know, I don't know. I'd say Matilda's knees, I think I'll be happier with my body if I lose 3 kilograms. But also, Alexa, what is 3 kilograms in pounds?
3 kilograms is about 6 pounds 10 ounces.
6 pounds 10 ounces, so almost 7 pounds.
Here's something I found on the web.
Alexa, stop. My knees are so weak, my shoulders pop a lot. Jeez. My booty muscles hurt today? Why? What were you doing yesterday? Man, Matt, when was the last time you worked out?
Thursday before we left. I got to do it today later.
Good for you, man.
I had to get one final one in because I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it over the weekend. Yeah, I actually was just what you were talking about. I was like, man, I need to work out. I didn't do anything all weekend in that regard. I sat outside and sweat my ass off a lot. It was like hot yoga without the yoga.
Hot yogs.
Yeah, a whole bunch, much to do was made about the heat over the weekend and why people didn't want to hang out outside and everybody wanted to sit in and watch fucking Harry Potter. I get it. It was warm, but I don't know. I was enjoying myself, and I normally don't like the heat at all, but I liked it out there. We weren't in like the area we were in was not fancy by any means, but like it was private, it was surrounded by trees, and it was pretty, so it was nice.
Hello, James Bond. Nice. Nice. There we go. Oh, so basically the company I work for holds a free festival for the staff each year. You get paid to drink, and it's kind of neat. And I camped out for the first time on bare ground. Ouch. Yikes. Bare ground. No thank you. Dude, you know a movie I want to watch again? I want to watch the Batman film. I only ever watched it once in the theater, but I really liked it.
I felt bad because I watched it by myself, and then like I was, I bought the 4K instead of the HBO, instead of watching it on HBO Max, and I haven't watched it yet. But I was just looking at it to see what the quality difference was, and I forgot Jen didn't watch it with me. And so like I just go to a part where he's like emerging from the shadows, and she's got this look on her face like, and I was like, oh fuck, that's right, we didn't watch it together, did we?
Oh.
So we gotta watch it together. We just gotta find 3 fucking hours.
Wow, man, interesting. I never had a job where, you know, I never had a job where they sponsored a festival. I did have a job where they sponsored a ski retreat up in Vermont, in which I basically just stayed. I stayed in at the lodge, getting shit-faced on the company dime in front of the fireplace for the entire time. I went on the bunny slopes once, and then I realized this is too much work, and I'm very lazy and uncoordinated on the snowboard. So, time to fuck off back to the fireplace. Thanks, James. Cheers. I've got more work on my channel if you're curious. But yeah. I suppose this is a little erotic. It's pretty awesome. Only thing, it's called Sex Fest? Dude. How many of your coworkers were banging, do you think? Did you catch anybody in the Bone Zone?
Bone Zone!
Welcome to the... Bonesaw.
I love that movie.
Hey Quinn, did you watch the most recent series of Love Island? No one in my tent. My supervisor had a small tent outside just in case any cute goth girls caught his eye, but he ended up sleeping in a big tent with all of us. Hell yeah, I did. Fucking love that shit. Did you see that people are getting Ekansu's name tattooed on them? Also, did you catch the reunion episode the other day? I missed it. Bonesaw is the name of the system. The NSA...
Bonesaw's here.
Bonesaw is the name of the system that the NSA has that shows real-time internet attacks across the globe. I thought Bonesaw was just the Macho Man Randy Savage making slightly homophobic remarks at Spider-Man. No. It was Spider-Man that made slightly homophobic remarks to Randy Savage.
No, the first one, the actual Bonesaw is from The Running Man.
Oh, really? See,
It was that big biker dude with the chainsaw, and he's got that scene where he's like, "This saw's a part of me. I'm gonna make it a part of you." And he like tries to, yeah.
Don't remember that at all. Bonesaw McGraw? Oh, that's Bonesaw McGraw. Yeah, I did. She's an icon though. I didn't watch the reunion, but I heard it's kind of spicy. Interesting. Who was your favorite? Did you vote? Davide and Ekasu were my favorite. I can't stand fucking Gemma and Luca, dude. That dude's a bitch. That dude is such a fucking whiny, needy, insecure bitch. Yoji, you're Bonesaw McGraw. Oh, fucking Jinpai, what's up, baby? Jinpai. Nothing.
Dead on arrival.
Yeah, right? Jeez. My favorite guy was Davide, just cause his one-liners are incredible. I also can't stand Gemma and Luca. He gives me stalker vibes 100%. Right, dude? He was fucking all over her. I've seen dudes like that, man. They're fucking creepy. Guys, for those who don't know, guys who just like, once they get a girlfriend or once they're into a girl, they're basically like a fucking, the way a baby sloth hangs on mama sloth. Just fucking clingy as shit. It's so needy, man. No, that guy's fucking pathetic. Fuck that guy. Fuck his fake teeth. Fuck his fish job. Hey, also, dude, I don't watch I'm not a soccer person, Quinn. So it's like, is Gemma's dad like that? Is he like a famous fucking soccer dude? I mean, that's what I picked up from the show. But like, I don't know what that even means. His tattoos are shit too. Did you see the fucking Einstein one? Say, why the fuck do you have Albert Einstein on your fucking arm? You fucking sell fish and you're a retard. Like, what does that have to do with it? You know? Like, what? What sense does that make, stupid? If anything, fucking Dami should have Einstein. At least he's a fucking, isn't he a scientist? Isn't he like a microbiologist? It makes less sense, but it doesn't make much more sense, but at least it makes some sense being in the sciences and having Einstein on your arm.
Tonight on reality TV drama wrap-up, Michael hates his name.
Yeah.
Why does he have an Einstein tattoo?
Yeah.
Why is he retarded?
He is retarded. His tattoos are shit. Yeah, he played internationally for England when I was growing up. Interesting. Luca looks like he got a whole ass flash sheet tattooed on his chest. He just kept walking into the tattoo place and just picking out whatever the fuck they had on the wall until he had something cool. There's just something very pathetic to me about that dude. It's almost like Luca wants everyone to believe that he's like this laid back, cool as fuck guy, but he's not. Well, he's it's almost like with the tattoos and the hair and the fake teeth, he's trying to pretend like he's this fucking like laid back cool guy, fucking like motorcycle riding, fucking leather jacket wearing, like, oh, I don't give a shit. But he's not at all. He's a bitch. He's a whiny, needy, pathetic bitch. Anyway, yeah, no, that dickhead, he really got under my skin. Like the whole argument after movie night with him and Gemma. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Dude, literally, Billy. First off, Billy was being a piece of shit, right? The way he kept like trying to sneak kisses with Gemma, who clearly wasn't fucking interested in him. Like, what asshole does that? Like Billy, also a general piece of shit, who obviously didn't want to take no for an answer. But again, Luca's reaction to that, to Gemma being like, yeah, friends don't fucking like fondle each other. And like basically like she was cold shouldering him the whole time. She did not, you know, put up with any of his flirtations. And Luca, what the fuck? Luca, any excuse to behave like a complete insecure bitch. Embarrassing, man. Fucking, I might be interested in watching this if it had Mike's commentary. No, dude, you would love it, man. If you came over to my place, I've got a big 75-inch screen television, which is it's very large, Matilda. I don't know how much it is in your fucking Euro measurements. It's a very large television. And I watch it, dude. I watched every night. I came real close to signing up for a account so I could vote. I've got a spare iPhone, an old one, that I was going to change to UK and try to fucking sign up. Also, Danica is from my city, so I was rooting for her. Dude, isn't it so weird how... Dude, I don't know how she's viewed over on your side of the pond. But, dude, they treated her like she was Quasimodo. Guys, this super foxy fucking light-skinned black girl with, like, fucking, like, glowing eyes. Like, this, like, blue, green, gray eyes. And, like, just, like, the thickest fucking, like, butt and, like who could dance. She was... maybe the sexiest girl in the entire fucking house. They treated her like she was disgusting. Dude after dude she would pursue, and they wouldn't give her the time of day. Even the guys that she, like, even the dude that she found in Casa Amor, fucking that dude Josh, he was like, yeah, I'm not into it anymore. Like, just like, it's like, what? It's like, is it an English thing? Is like, or like light-skinned black girls just like grotesque over there or something? Me and my lady could not fucking wrap our heads around what was going on that show. Like, it was like, I felt like I was taking fucking like crazy pills, because it didn't make any sense. Every single dude she was into was just like, nah, not into.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It was wild. I was fucking flabbergasted watching it. So sexy, man. And she was fun. You know what, the parts that really made her attractive? She's funny, she's outgoing, she's loud, which I like. Maybe it's because I'm fucking from New York. But like, dude, I don't know, man. You know, there were some stiff dickheads on that show, like that blonde Ken doll looking cunt Charlie. One of the girls, Ekansu, this Turkish broad, she starts dipping into a Voldemort impression. She starts going, Harry Potter. She's in the middle of like one of their dates, like not dates, but like one of their middle, like they're having a chat, right? She dips into a Voldemort impression, and it's fucking hysterical, dude. And I'm laughing, and she's very sexy. She's a very attractive girl, Ekansu. This dude is like, he was so physically repulsed by her being silly like that. Not a laugh. Like I felt like he actively like moved away from her. Like he turned his body away from her. He was so embarrassed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, where's the fucking sense of humor, man? Like, this is hysterical. Dude, you want a woman who is going to look as fucking sexy as she does. Like she looks like she walked down on a fucking runway, right? You want a woman who looks like a fucking, like she walked out of the pages of some fucking men's magazines from the early 2000s, you know? Like, she's like a cover girl, super foxy, and she's gonna make jokes that are funny. She's gonna dip into a fucking Voldemort impersonation. Like, that's good. And you're just gonna treat her like she's like, ugh, Voldemort, gross. Dude, I was fucking... Dude, there are some dudes on that show just... I fucking don't get it, man. And I don't know if it's just, they're just shitty guys or if it's just a British thing that I don't understand. I'd come hang out and watch Love Island with you and your commentary if you also made me a cup of coffee with the machine. Deal. One of my mom's friends has a daughter who went to the same dance school as her, and apparently there she was super awkward and shy. She really came over Rochelle in the villa. I thought she was gorgeous. I remember how awkward it was during the heart rate challenge when his pants didn't rip all the way down. No, that guy was stiff as shit, man. Yeah, no, I don't know. Don't know. But now they all have millions and millions of subscribers on social media now after that show. I'm assuming the vast majority are British. But you know what? It's on Hulu in America for anybody who's curious. Seasons of the show are on Hulu for you fellow Americans to watch if you're curious. So I would imagine that more people globally are aware of the show. It's very fucking entertaining. I have absolutely zero interest in watching the American one because I don't think they fuck on the American one, which is, who gives a shit about that? I'm keeping up to date with Davide and Ekansu every day on Instagram. Dude, isn't it crazy that like why Quinn, why do you think people are getting her name tattooed on them? Isn't that that's fucking crazy to me. Also, by the way, every time they talk about Ekansu, I kept calling her a Jedi. I was like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ekansu, Mace Windu, Yoda. There were lots of Jedi jokes whenever talking about Ekansu, because that's a fucking crazy name. Because she's an icon. Plus, people in the UK are kind of dumb. Well, I guess if you're a person like Luca and you just get any old fucking shitty rat fuck tattoo on your body because you're a moron, you might as well get a woman you'll never meet's fucking tattoo on your body from a show you like. Like, I could see getting a tattoo of a person on a show that you've connected with. Like, if somebody had a tattoo from, I don't know, man, pick a beautiful TV show that people love. A character that people find endearing. But I don't know, man, a fucking a trash kind of reality dating show? No offense to the people that like that show, but come on, let's be honest here. It's not, Yes, so tonight I'm going to be watching the reunion episode because I'm very curious. Who do you think any of those couples are going to last? Oh, Quinn, you know what? I gotta say, that dude Adam called it, man. He was like, yo, he's like, you don't know what it's going to be like for you once you get out of here. It's going to be crazy. And then sure enough, man, I looked at their social media subscribers, like right when the show ended. And like during the show, I'm like, yeah, they had like 300,000 followers on Instagram, at least 500,000 followers after the show concludes. And also, by the way, it's still airing in America. Like America, the finale isn't for like another like few days. Blowing up, dude. 1.3 million, 1.6 million, 1.8 million, 2 point whatever million. And honestly, I can't imagine what the fuck that's like. Imagine you go from just being normal. Maybe you got some thirst trap photos. Maybe you're very attractive and you even have like 50,000 subscribers on social media. But imagine like over like a couple months of your life, you now have 2.3 million subscribers on social media. And now everything you post is just endless amounts of comments. Any story you make, fucking hundreds of thousands of DMs in your inbox. Adam Collard, yeah, he got a lot of shit, but he changed since the last season. I didn't watch the last season he was on because I only started watching a few years ago. But he called it, man. You got to give him props. When he was like to Paige, he's like, dude, Jocks He doesn't know. You don't know what the fuck he's gonna act like once he gets out of here. But you know, I've been through this before. I know exactly what's going to happen after the fact. Must be absolutely overwhelming, man. Quinn, who do you think was the most attractive girl in the villa? I will say it's weird that it's also weird that like Luca's what like 26 or something, and Gemma's like 18 or 19. That was a little strange too for me. I was like, man, she's a little on the younger side. Not that that's like, you know, the worst. It's not like he's fucking Epstein or something, but still, for like also the way he was fucking behaving too. Like the 19-year-old is more fucking reserved and fucking adult. That's the same age as it was for me and the British dude. Just to relate. How was that, by the way? That didn't work out though. Out of all of them, probably Danica or Ekansu. Gemma's hot, but she has poor taste in men. What I didn't like about Gemma is that she didn't seem... She was so fucking reserved, you know? I kind of like gals that are more, like, relaxed and less, you know, we're able to fucking, like, kind of let loose a little bit. Also, Ekansu is the same age as me, and I don't like it because she's so much more mature than me. Well, she's Turkish too, right? So God knows what the fuck she had to go through. Because that'll age you. I think he may have liked me more, but I don't know. We were just friends who hooked up. Wait, so did Ekansu and them, Ekansu and Davide, did either of them move? I know she's visiting Davide in Manchester right now, but I don't think any of them have moved yet. Interesting. It's a bummer that you know, that show you only get to watch it in the summer, man. It's hilarious. You watch that. I feel like I could watch that year round. You know, I'll be honest, man. No, I don't know anybody in the States who watches that show. So I was just, it's nice to talk with somebody about it who was also watching it. Dude, by the way, I fucking hate reality TV shows. Like I don't watch reality TV shows really much at all, especially like dating ones. I kind of really don't have any interest at all, but it's special. This is a special show. And like I've watched clips of like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and other kind of shows like that. And they're all fucking ass. But not this one. This one's compelling. Love Island is addictive. My mom couldn't stand it and I got her hooked on it. Love Island is it? Yeah, no, it's super addictive. Super addictive. Hey, Matilda, you watch lots of Korean television. Do they have dating shows in Korea? Oh, I watched the dating show in I watched a Japanese dating show once, or at least I used to. Terrace House. Terrace House on Netflix. Also, if you find anywhere to watch season 5, get it. There's one Irish girl on there. Oh my god, I had a crush on her big time. Let me see. What's her social media? Hey, didn't one girl kill herself? Yeah, didn't one girl pass away? If I remember correctly. There's been 3 people who have ended since the show's... What the fuck? That's a little high, no? 3? That seems a little steep. Three. Jesus Christ. What do you guys think of this piece so far? I will say, man, when I'm sketching with you guys in the middle of the day, I get way more work done than I do at nighttime. Jinwoo fucking just muted himself entirely. This is also the Irish girl. Man, I can't believe 3 people have offed themselves during this show's... Wow, 3.5 million. Jesus Christ. Moira Higgins. Yowzers. My goodness. Wouldn't mind finding the end of that rainbow, eh? Tasting that pot of gold. Right, Tildy? Wouldn't mind eating a bowl of her Lucky Charms. Yeah.
Marshmallow?
Foxy. This lady is foxy. Season 5. Maybe. Might check that out. The missus has been like, you want to watch old seasons? I'm like, I don't want to watch old seasons. But maybe I do. Bale, dude, you came in too goddamn late. I'm taking off, man. I've been 3 hours in. Yeah, dude, I did 3 hours, man. God damn it.
Yeah, I literally just came back from my post-dinner digestion.
Ah, boy. All right, maybe Thursday? I did a Tuesday. I've been on 12 p.m. yesterday, 12 p.m. today. I'm thinking of I think of the old time schedule. We got a lot of old heads coming back to hang out with their boy Mikey D. So maybe,
Dude.
Yeah.
This is literally the time schedule when we first started hanging out.
I know. So I'm back. Tildy's hanging out. Quinny's back. I'm seeing there were some other old people that were cruising on through saying hi. So I think I'm back home. I'm back where I belong.
Yeah.
She didn't take any shit either.
I want to tell you this before I forget.
Yes.
Because I might forget. I really like that mushroom character, and I would spend money on a zine of lesbo-erotic scenes of that character and your other witch that you drew. Was it last year?
Oh.
The one that had the one-eyed demon thing.
Let's see. Where is she? There she is. This lady. I was actually thinking about this one. And I was thinking about the witch, the other witch that I created. I don't know, witch on the train. I put her in. That was another original character I created. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I could find an image of her.
Yeah, like a lesbo-erotic zine with pieces that are not shown because they could not have been shown on stream. For obvious reasons.
Matilda loves the train one. Matilda, did I ever send you the train one? Man, I might have drawn that back in 2019. I'm looking through my 2020 folder.
It was some time ago, yeah.
Let's see, 2021 maybe? I'm going through my 2021.
At least you have your shit structured by years.
Yeah, break it down by year. Not month is breaking it down by month. A month is a little bit too much. You know what? Hang on, let me. Where? You know what? Let me go to the old. Let me go to the old Instagram account. I think it'll be there. Yeah, I have the train warden where she's in front of a window. You sent me another one after I won a giveaway, I think last year. I bet Customs took it. Stolen!
Oh,
Stolen by Customs.
Hello.
Gin Pie. Mr. Gin Pie.
Dude, I just finished the worst song that has ever existed about Discord kittens. It's awful.
I'm ashamed of you.
what the fuck is
It's so bad. You want to hear it?
No, I'm ashamed. I'm as ashamed of you as your father is. God damn it.
Damn.
It's pretty bad.
Damn.
Yeah, you're giving me a backache just thinking about it.
It's really bad.
No, drop. I don't know. Drop in Discord. Hang on. I'm looking for this witch I sketched a fucking billion years ago. Wow, I'm scrolling deep. I'm deep scrolling, man.
All right, here's some of the lyrics. She's real, not a guy in his 30s. Reddit moderator, acting all flirty. Her calling me cute makes me shoot prematurely, and she all on my balls. Yo, she'd be like Kirby. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Bloody hell, mate.
God,
Yeah.
man. It's cringe. It's a fucking cringe level 9,000.
Dude, it's so cringe. I love it. I fucking love it, man.
Where the fuck?
If this doesn't blow up, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Well, better get the 12
Yeah.
gauge ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I found
You
one
can look
of
for
them.
that on your. Oh, I was about to say you can look for it later because I'm just holding you up for it.
No, I found one. I found one. 2019. I was right. Wow. All right, here I'm putting it up in the.
That is ages ago.
Posting it up in the Discord. Not Discord. The
Back in the
chat.
29 scheme story arc. entirely.
I think I prefer the kind of darker. Or do I? I don't know. One of these two. Oh, chuck. Now I'm fucking like, which version do I like more? Which version do I like more better?
What's that from?
Fashionista witch. Yeah, so but Bale's like, oh, so Bale thinks that this witch that I've drawn should meet this other witch that I've also drawn.
Yep.
Those two seem completely diametrically opposed, Bale. These two.
Exactly.
These two seem like fucking opposite sides of the witchy spectrum.
It's the yin and the yang, baby. One takes it on the face, the other one barely gives a blowjob.
Barely a hand job.
Huh?
In my mind, this witch comes from way more of your lighthearted fantasy, you know, cute. Like if Animal Crossing had magic in it, you know, like something
Don't
fucking
give them ideas, please.
something fucking more, way more cutesy poo. Whereas this witch legit lives in a. In my head, she lives in a cyberpunk dystopia, except with magic. So like, think like cyberpunk, think like Blade Runner, think Neuromancer.
You're gonna like Doro Hedoro.
But think those things, but also like, but she knows magic. So like, and she's way tougher. So it would be interesting. I don't know if you guys could feel free to pitch an idea. I'm not sure how these two witches would meet. It would have to be some kind of wormhole, or maybe perhaps. Oh, I just have an idea. What if the pink-haired witch? What if the pink-haired witch was from this original fantasy type place and was kind of sucked into our world, or a futuristic version of our world, a dark futuristic version of our world? So maybe once in her youth, she was very much like this witch, cheery, wearing bright colors, wearing cutesy fantasy style gear, like she was a fucking hobbit, and then pushed into a reality closer to ours, which, as we all know, crushes every hope and dream that you have.
And while she is more dark, she still retains part of her original self because her hair is still brightly colored.
There you go.
Not all hope is gone.
This witch seems tough, like she goes through some rough fights and such. The pink-haired one makes me want to write, but not my thesis. Do your thesis, Matilda. All right. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Bale. Thank you, Nerd. Matt, love having you here, buddy.
Love being here, buddy.
Apologies
even though I don't watch British reality TV.
I got sucked into a British reality TV show. I had to get that out of my system, man. I literally know nobody else who watches it, so it's nice talking to Quinn about it.
Bro, you were like a volcano of British reality love STD TV
dude,
show.
I had to get
info.
that. I had to get that off my chest, man. I've had so many thoughts about that stuff and never had the opportunity to talk to anybody about it, let alone on stream. But that's not what will happen Thursday. I've got it out of my system now. So come Thursday, we'll talk about whatever the fuck you guys want. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. I'll catch you on the